from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Monday. What a beautiful morning we've got for us going on today that is just going to be foreshadowing for the week.
Boy, it feels like fall already out there today. Well, compared to what we had over the last couple of weeks. But, man, it is beautiful. The humidity is down today. I think it was in the 60s when I was driving in this morning. So we're starting to get there. You look at the extended forecast, which I did last night, the 30-day forecast. Opening night at Arrowhead popped 75 and sunny is the expected forecast. A month away, but still 75 and sunny for the opener at Arrowhead. I know it's a night game. I get all that. But tailgating's going to be taking place during the daytime hours and during the sun hours. Don't you want great weather for that? So knock on wood that 30-day forecast stays, baby. 75 and sunny for the opener at Arrowhead. Let's go.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. I thought Saturday kind of gave me the feeling of like when a restaurant's getting ready to open up for the first time, you get that soft opening where they bring out, friends and family or, close allies.
Yeah, yep.
Hey, come have a nice dinner. Like, make sure you tip. You can order whatever you want and give us some feedback of what you liked, what you didn't like. Was that not Saturday for the Chiefs game? Obviously, not a lot of starters, minus Chris Jones playing one play. Still, that's got to be Andy, right? Just effing with Chris Jones. Like, I only want to play against starters because I'm a starter. First play comes out, what was that about?
Yeah.
Get on the sideline. That's what you get.
It was fantastic. I thought it was really good.
Move.
Really good by Andy. If we're in the Andy's and the Bob Fescoe era of his life right now, we're going to see more of this.
Well, why did
I'm 100% in on that.
And nobody asked Andy about it in postgame.
Him and Ken Walker both one play.
Yeah, but by the time we got the post game, so much had already happened. People probably forgot that those guys were even in the game for that one play at the beginning, right? Because you had so much other stuff go on. Like, how about that second offensive line that went on in that game? But
Never saw it.
No, I didn't either. I'm reading about it yesterday when I woke up in the morning after being out on Saturday and doing our thing, and I'm reading about the offensive line, that the second unit, and I'm like, oh, we got some issues here with the second unit of the offensive line. But I thought overall, pretty good dress rehearsal, You saw the young guys do some really good stuff. You got some exciting plays from Emmett Johnson. Cyrus Allen was pretty good in that game as well. I thought R. Mason Thomas was screaming off the edge with a speed that we haven't seen in years here in Kansas City.
Well, you're missing the most important part.
I am?
Yeah.
What's that?
Your player that you were watching the most, which is Harrison Butker.
Yeah.
59-yard field goal with ease.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yep.
It's massive.
So the leg,
massive.
The leg is still there, right?
Yep.
I think he probably could have hit that. I'm going to not try to be hyperbolic. 62. I think he probably had 3 more yards on that kick.
Yeah, there was some more there.
Maybe 60 is.
I wonder how you hit it too differently at 59 versus 65 versus 48 and all that kind of stuff. I mean, It's not an easy job, bro. It really isn't. Like, being a place kicker is a very, very difficult job. And if he's back, thank God, because he stunk for the last 2 years, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's healthy.
That's the key, right?
He's
there.
not bracing himself after kicking and falling to the ground, any of that weird stuff.
The other thing I will kind of take as a side note is I don't know if it's like golf and baseball where with the humid, thick air, the ball travels further. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But, I was fine, 4 for 4, 59-yard field goal, went out there every time. Busted it right through the uprights. I was like, okay, all right, he's good.
Didn't
he's
try to screw around with kickoffs and play around with that kind of
No.
nonsense. Just kick it, man. Just stop. After that Jacksonville game from a year ago where you're trying to place that thing and cost the team the game, just kick the ball. What are we doing here? We don't need to get all fancy with kickoffs and all that kind of stuff. But no, I really did. I thought a really good dress rehearsal. And that's kind of what that was on Saturday. I don't think any of us are sitting here taking copious notes going, okay, this is going to happen in the regular season Jim on The Office or anything like that, or Patrick with his notebook. But I thought a fun first half. I mean, that's about what I watched was the first half of that game, and I thought it was a lot of fun. We saw some good things from that team on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think we need to see Caliendo again.
No.
Yeah, Driscoll, Caliendo.
Caliendo took Jack Cochran's number and reputation and threw it on his back and was like, I got this moving forward.
Wow.
That was not a good showing for Caliendo. But it was a good showing for Emmett Johnson. It was a good showing for R. Mason Thomas to see just the explosiveness around the outside.
Emmett Johnson had 10 broken tackles in that game I saw yesterday.
Yes.
Checo had 13 all year last year.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, did he have that many?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was
All
that many.
year.
I know what you
season.
said. I know what you said. Believe me, I know exactly what you said. I ain't deaf. I was surprised he had that many.
Yep.
I'm surprised he was tackled that many times because, he ran into his line most of the
Just
day.
fell down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be. I mean, Emmett Johnson would be the best running back that the Chiefs have had since Kareem Hunt. That's what it looked like in
He
that
looked
first
great.
half. That's what it looked like.
He looked great. That's why I was excited about that kid from the minute they drafted him at Nebraska.
Yep.
And let me shout out Matt McMullen and Rob Alberino and the 65 Toss Power Trap crew for having the highlights of the game that took place at Arrowhead a year ago, where it has like 4 now Kansas City Chiefs on that team, 2 from Cincinnati, Cyrus Allen and the other big wide receiver, Caldwell, and then a couple of guys from Nebraska as well, and they played in that Kansas City Classic a year ago, and I thought they did a great job of featuring that during the game and reminding us these 4 dudes played at Arrowhead. So now I'm thinking, who's playing at Arrowhead this year college-wise? Anybody? Maybe that's where the Chiefs are going to look and scout and get some players because it looks like they got a couple of good ones out of that game. Just that game alone played at Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, go Big Red.
Your bingo hit. Looks like everything on your
Did
bingo
everything hit on the bingo
I think
card?
so,
Okay.
man. I think so with the Clark Hunt interview.
Yeah.
It sounded like it. Yep.
Oh, yeah. We got everything with the Clark interview.
Did you mention the World Cup?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I figured, yeah.
Brought up the family.
Yep.
Yep.
And always something we want to do. And then, like, the highlight of Cyrus Allen was, that catch.
Then they better be here when I come back downstairs, turds.
I'm sorry, that's not it. I meant to play the introduction video that we got right before the game that got everybody with the I know that I'm hard.
Our focus here at training camp needs to be on what we're trying to accomplish this season. We want to be ready to go. We want to start the season on the right note. We want to get back to the playoffs and then earn our ticket to Los Angeles, where we want to get another Lombardi Trophy and bring it back to Kansas City. In order to do that, we've got to have the right mindset.
Great mindset today. Everything about mindset.
You need to be focused on the here and now, on making sure that you're giving your best every day.
Let's get it, let's go.
That mindset starts here at training camp with listening to our coaching staff.
Let's go.
All the mindset.
You need to be focused on giving your best on the next rep. And we're going to be able to achieve our goal of making it out to LA and winning another Lombardi Trophy.
Hell yeah.
I know that I'm hard. Big time.
Do you think they play that music when he's speaking to the team? Could you imagine if the music was playing in the background, right? I mean, how awesome would that be if that was playing in the background?
Yeah,
or better yet, just have Peter Woods sing and lead him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't give it to us.
Well, they did. We just
I hear there may be a second shot at that in this week's preseason game.
There will be a second shot.
Because I texted somebody with the Chiefs yesterday, Rob Alberino, and I said, look, next time you have technical difficulties with somebody singing, I am very willing to get on FaceTime and sing Brett Veach Town. I did not hear back.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, crickets on that. Yeah, that's fair. Good job, Rob. Thank you.
I'm here for you, Rob. All you got to do is just say, Bob, you're on, and I will sing Brett Veach Town anywhere, anytime.
Well, I think we may be, if that first half is an indication of anything, we may be hearing that song a lot this season.
Yeah, probably so.
We might be hearing that a lot this season, not only with the rookies, but the young guy. I mean, Jeffrey Bassa, just the second-year players that didn't get enough time, it makes you really question what happened last year again. Why wasn't Bassa out there? Why weren't some of these guys out there? Bassa, he understands what's happening. He was not in no man's land a lot. You look at Sonny Styles, first-round pick this year for the Washington Commanders, linebacker, one of the best linebacker in the draft. Didn't know what was happening in that first preseason game. He's looking everywhere. He's
so
looking all
hard,
around.
Bro.
It
it's
is
so hard.
It's extremely difficult, right?
Yeah.
That was not what I saw out of Jeffrey Bassa, which is like we've talked about this linebacker group, how thin it is. Man, if Bassa is like a guy that we can trust, it's awesome.
I want you going forward in this job, however long you stay in this job, however far you go, wherever you end up, I want you to always have that Eagles experience in your mind where you were on the sidelines holding that microphone. And realizing how fast that game was moving when you were just down there holding that microphone. Then put yourself in the position as a player, put yourself in position as a coach, and then put yourself in position as a rookie in your first game. And if you thought it was fast just standing there holding a parabolic microphone on the field, imagine what those guys are going through. And I really do wish there's no other. Well, maybe I'd love every fan to stand in a batter's box just for one pitch every once in a while. But if every fan got the opportunity at one time just to stand on the field and see how fast these games are, and you've had an experience like I've never had, and obviously Josh has got that experience. I've only been on the field a couple of times down in Denver for the final 2 minutes, and even down there in the final 2 minutes, you can just see
it's crazy
how fast this game is. And so when you're talking about this kid from Washington or Jeffrey Bassa, and you're like, man, they're kind of looking around doing, because it is moving out there, dude.
Go, this is different.
Yeah.
I know that I'm scared.
I wonder how many rookies are scared their first snap in the NFL. Or maybe not scared, but just like,
yeah, like I poop in my pants. I've got
somebody
so much
pooped in the elevator too, by the way. I don't know who it is, who did it. It could be animal feces, but there is a turd in our elevator today. BBL stinky.
That's not good.
Then they better be here when I come back downstairs, turds!
Well, our guy next door, John from KMBZ, comes into the studio this morning. He doesn't normally come into the studio, and he goes, did you ride the elevator up? I said, no.
No, I don't do that.
I don't do the elevator. I do the stairs. He goes, yeah, good idea. There's a pile of poop in it. Mm-hmm. I said, okay. So I went and looked, and yup. He goes, I don't know if it was a pig or a dog or a human.
Oh, they did have pigs in the studio, didn't they? Dana brought pigs in.
Are you being serious?
Mm-hmm.
On Friday?
Yeah, they brought pigs in. There's a video on our Instagram page.
Then that's what that is. One of the pigs pooped in the elevator.
So that means Dana, Scott, or Sam Stevie need to go clean up the
have to clean it up. And that cleaning girl is not going to clean it up. I promise you that.
And she takes the elevator at 7 o'clock.
I know she does. And she's going to get in that elevator.
Yeah, they brought in
She's really good at her job.
She's great at her job.
She's going to do it. And it's going to be like, why are we? Well, when you guys left on Friday, the whole upstairs bathroom was flooded. So I went in there and it's just all leaking. I thought someone was peeing really loud. And yeah, so who other than Joe, our great Joe Blackwell downstairs, go get her, and she knows how to. She's done this a million times.
Joe's in there with like an auger.
She's got 2 screwdrivers. She knows exactly the trick to get it to stop leaking.
She went in there with 2 vodka orange juices. Hell yeah, Joe.
Yeah, way to go, Joe. Friday at 10 a.m. Joe's like, screw this.
Hey, what go, Joe?
I got to fix the toilet. So yeah, I guess it's pig poop in the elevator now. It's been in there all weekend.
Thanks, Dana.
Why did Dana have pigs in the studio?
I don't know, but they were kissing Scott's neck.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Mm-hmm. Who am I to talk?
Whenever you want to bring pigs in, let me know. But yeah, the preseason notes, I think that they hit on Cyrus Allen, everything he should have. Emmett Johnson stole the show. R. Mason Thomas looks like the part that we want. Butker still got it, and Chris Jones played 1 snap, and it was hilarious. Coming up on the other side, the real things from preseason is Mac opens up that wonderful notebook that we know he so diligently was writing in on Saturday afternoon on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Ken Walker III, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer gets super hot, so now you need to get a Super Light. That's right. The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drinks flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. And ooh, that blue chill is money, baby. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for any occasion. From the golf course to the bar, at night, at the concert, a day at the ballpark, Super Light is here for the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. You must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this. Hey, it's Brew. Between my radio show, filming content, editing videos, and trying to stay connected with family, reliable Wi-Fi isn't really optional anymore. I just need it to work. That's why I like that with Xfinity, you get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years, guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, Xfinity makes getting connected simple with same-day Wi-Fi so you can get online in minutes. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. free. Imagine that.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Hey, it's the Lawman giving you a couple updates. Just settled a case for $1.175 million on a commercial vehicle accident, $750,000 on a motorcycle accident, $557,500 on a premise liability case. Call the Lawman.
The lawman gets results of the law.
If you've been charged with a felony DWI, call the Lawman. You only got a short window to get the admin filed in Missouri and in Kansas. Call me now.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It shouldn't be based solely on advertisements.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here with Rob Seid at Rob Seid Ford. Bob, I smell a grill. What's cooking?
Kevin, the grills are fired up, and so are the deals. Right now at Rob Seid Ford, it's the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event with the best deals we've had in the past 12 months.
Now that's saying something. What are we talking?
Employee pricing on virtually every new Ford on our lot, plus even more dealer discounts on top.
So how hot do these deals get?
Up to $17,500 off brand new F-150s at Rob Seid Ford, plus huge savings on Expedition, Explorer, Bronco Sport, Bronco, and more.
Wow, that's 5 alarm hot.
Exactly, and unlike Kevin's Burgers, these deals are coming out juicy.
All right, I walked into that one.
Shop Rob Seid Ford, Kansas City's top-rated Ford store on Google. 4.8 stars and nearly 3,500 reviews.
Rob Seid Ford, 135th and State Line, or robseid.com.
Buy right, Rob Seid.
When your plumbing systems need help, AB May is here to help your house feel like a home again. Serving Kansas City for over 65 years, AB May handles sump pumps, water heater installs, drain clearing, sewer line repairs, and much more. When it comes to your home, solved is our standard. And AB May is committed to doing things the right way every time. Trusted by generations. Call AB May at 913-383-2222 or visit abmay.com today.
Call your serviceman from AB May.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey, this is Lauren, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's going to add the protein that you need. The eggs with those crispy nuggets. It's the ultimate combo.
Hi, this is Maya, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's packed with protein. Having Chick-fil-A chicken in a breakfast burrito is just phenomenal to me. You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns. It's just complete, honestly.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER, forward and back.
Almost Andy Reid here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door summer tune-up. Plus, get free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. Hey, it's Nick Bolton from the Kansas City Chiefs, and my hot food take is pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
for living here in Brett Veach Town. Without him, Patrick is not around. Out at Arrowhead, they're winning games, throwing touchdowns, holding parades. And Travis is catching the ball, dropping dimes to Tyreek and more.
Soon. You know,
and our
we were talking about it off the
Jones.
microphones. Eric Bieniemy's photo they showed on the TV looked like it was from like 2017.
Yeah.
And then they panned it over to the live shot of Eric Bieniemy. Not the same person.
I am going to guess he has birds living in that beard. I swear to God.
And they're accountable.
They are.
I don't know if you saw this. Pretty hilarious. I retweeted it. Guy fantasy football punishment.
Which one?
So after losing his league, he had to dress up as the very hungry caterpillar and eat every food the caterpillar eats in the book. And his wife woke him up early in full costume, working through the entire challenge. He's dressed up as the caterpillar. He's got like watermelon, salad, cabbage, oranges, all this stuff.
Good. I still have not saladed. I passed on a salad on Saturday, and everybody looked at me like I had 10 heads. I'm done with the salad. I don't know, man. Can I go back to salad or not?
We played poker in the garage on Saturday at my house, and we were talking about that. I was like, "Is anybody here saladed?" And a couple of guys were like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah.
No big issue." And then like 3 other guys like, "Absolutely not." And then one of my buddies like, "Yeah, I'll wait for the first freeze."
Yeah,
I was like, that makes sense.
Oh, that's a good one right there. The first freeze. I didn't even think about that.
It's so long.
I know.
I mean, we think.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 4 weeks away from the NFL starting, and we're going to blink, and we're going to be like, oh, yeah, here we go.
Yep, here
Let's
it
do
is.
this.
When is the first freeze scheduled? I guess now it's probably later, probably early November, right? Usually is kind of when we get our first freeze. Used to be October, mid-October you'd probably have that first. But who knows? I mean, maybe it does come early this year. I don't know.
You might have to redo the Brett Veach Town.
Yeah, I know.
Because Tyreek Hill's not here.
Not yet, he's not, no. Somebody asked on X the other day, what number will Tyreek Hill wear now that Emmett Johnson is wearing 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, Emmett gets to keep that one.
Absolutely, unless Tyreek's going to pay him money, but I'm sure Tyreek doesn't have the money to pay him.
No.
That's why he needs a job.
Tyreek just be lucky to get a jersey.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, yeah.
All right, Mac. Notebook is got to be open. You guys and myself can talk about this, but number one on Mac's notes.
These are mine. I mimic a lot of these.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you do? Okay. Wow. Look at that.
Look at you guys.
Mimicking a lot of stuff. Whoa, plastic surgery.
Frenemies.
First thing, the first offensive line looked pretty good, I thought, over the weekend, right? You guys think the first offensive line looked, for the 5 plays or whatever it was, that they were in there? Josh Simmons did exactly what we needed him to do. I thought Jalen Moore did fine on the outside, moving down. What's his name? Benson, the rookie kid on the inside. And so I think right now the first offensive line looked pretty good for the first 5. Again, small ass sample size, guys, but I think we saw what we needed to see out of that first offensive line, and by seeing what we needed to see, Josh Simmons doing what he needed to do.
Yeah, two things on that. One, weird that Benson didn't play right tackle at all. I knew they were going to start him at right guard, obviously, but I thought with the second guys we would get some looks at him at right tackle. I thought that was very odd. Have you kind of
tells you maybe where they're leaning, right? With
I guess
if Trey's out,
Yeah, if Trey's out, obviously he's going to be that guard. Have you guys seen any of this stuff from Mitchell Schwartz about Josh Simmons and the snatch technique? He's been talking about it for the last few weeks in training camp. And then
Those Schwartz brothers were talking about the offensive line this weekend.
Yeah,
tell me about the snatch technique.
I mean, I'm not going to act like I'm an all-pro, former all-pro.
I'm not asking.
Winner like
just
Mitchell
dumb
Schwartz.
it down.
Dumb it down.
For the people listening who aren't watching Mitchell on Twitter.
Basically, instead of what you see with an offensive lineman do, sticking their hands out, it's kind of this thing where you snatch them down, you kind of throw them down to the ground. You kind of get back. He gets his momentum forward. The defender, that is, gets his momentum forward, and then you kind of, without holding him, boom, snatch him down to the ground. And I know Mitchell Schwartz could be listening to this going, geez, that is not it. But for the naked eye like us, that's what it looks like.
Right. Is there something wrong with that,
though?
So
the downside of it is that you are backing up into the quarterback's pocket, and you saw a throw from Justin Fields where he throws, and his plant leg, Mahomes' leg that he tore would be his left leg, his plant leg.
Right.
Gets bumped by Josh Simmons' ass a little bit from the snatch technique, backing up into him. And that is what Mitchell Schwartz is very, very worried about with this technique. And we saw it in action in the preseason game. So it is starting to make me think, like, okay, we got to be careful on that.
If I can piggyback that, is that also on the vision of the quarterback?
At some level, yeah, but if you're in my pocket within a couple seconds, like there's only so much I can do, which is what Schwartz is saying is the downside of this technique. You're going to back up very, very quickly, and there's not much the quarterback can do.
But if you're snatching a guy to the ground, I guess that's what we're calling it, then that guy's on the ground, fall on top of him. You've eliminated him from that play. I'm just trying to think through this. I've never heard of this technique before, really, and I'm sure most of the people listening have never really.
Start watching the All-22, Fescoe.
All right, yeah, Dusty. When you do it, I'll do it. You call me. You text me the next time you watch the All-22.
No, you'll be waiting for that phone call until I'm dead, buddy.
Because you ain't getting a return on that one either.
No.
But, this is stuff that, the football people know about, the snatch technique and all that.
Yeah.
So is that going to be the buzzword this year in the NFL? Because, every year in the NFL we get these buzzwords, right? We're going to talk about whatever this year, the early starting of the offensive line, and that becomes
high pointing.
High pointing the ball. Yes, that's another great one. We come up with these weird terms every year. So is it called the snatch block? Is that what it's called?
How many people now are experts
me in college.
Yeah, how many people are experts now on the cover 2 shell? Right?
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
right?
The shell game. I used to play that on the streets of New York, rip people off. It was great.
Yeah, it's the snatch and trap technique. Instead of absorbing a bull rush or a long arm move, the lineman violently grabs the defender's wrist, arm, or shoulder pad and pulls them downward. Uses the defender forward momentum.
Yeah.
Let's go. Point for me. To send them crashing to the turf.
So why wouldn't all offensive linemen do that? I don't know.
Because of the downside.
The
you're
downside,
backing up into that quarterback's pocket, and he mentioned backing up into the quarterback's knees.
And nothing is effective to 100%, though.
Of course not.
No,
so it's just a quick note. You can keep going. I didn't want to get too sidetracked.
That's fine.
Sorry.
R. Mason Thomas is as advertised, I think. This is why I was excited about him. We haven't had somebody screaming off the edge like that. Frank Clark, Justin Houston, Tom Bahali, and Derek Thomas. Those are the 4 players that and maybe Jared Allen's in that group as well, but I still don't think Jared was as fast as my God, R. Mason Thomas, where have you been for the last couple of years? Because that's just what the doctor ordered, is a guy like that with speed on the edge that can just to the quarterback. It was insane watching him. And maybe because we haven't had that in a while, I was so excited about it. Or maybe it's because he was really good and really fast. Either way, I thought R. Mason Thomas, he really showed up, man. He showed up big for this team.
Republican Mason Thomas.
Yes.
As we got told on the text line from Speak to Text. So he approved that message.
That is good still.
Are you tired of not getting to the quarterback? I'm Republican Mason Thomas, and I'm going to put an end to that, and I approve this message. Are you tired of staying on the field for 3rd and 16 and can't get the offense off? Republican Mason Thomas is here to fix your needs. Vote for me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I thought he was good. I also thought Cyrus Allen really showed. All the hype that we've heard about Cyrus Allen, and then he went out there in the game and showed it. One of his big plays was called back on a penalty, but even still, look, Cyrus Allen looked the part. I didn't need to see much more out of Cyrus Allen to say, well, he looked the part as a very good wide receiver. Obviously, Emmett Johnson and Brashard Smith, man, those 2 guys were great on Saturday afternoon. I thought Emmett Johnson especially busting through at least 10 tackles was the stat that he had. 10 tackles that he broke. That's incredible for us in Kansas City anyway. That's an incredible number, right?
To kind of piggyback on this note, what got me kind of bricked up was seeing that screenplay to Brashard Smith, and I was like,
yeah,
Andy,
look
what you've got again. Now that you have a running back that can run this sort of offense, now you can run that screen pass.
Had him last year.
And then I thought it was cool seeing Emmett Johnson's family the whole game.
Yeah.
They had him up there, and then
that was cool.
They called a touchdown back, and his brother or whoever that was in the crowd's like, come on. It's preseason.
Yeah, it is. I do hate when they say
in my book.
I do hate when they say the first NFL touchdown. It's the preseason. That doesn't count.
Not,
it does. It's still cool for those guys.
Very cool.
Don't get me wrong. Still really cool. But your first one is when the lights are on, right?
Totally.
In the regular season. Couple of things to pick at a little bit. The special teams, another big return. I wouldn't care. It's the preseason, but this is now 3 years of not having great special teams coverage, out there. That needs to be stepped up a little bit. Peter Woods, I know he's got the ankle thing going on right now. Didn't really see what I wanted to out of him. I wonder how serious that ankle injury is and how much that held him back. And then the backup offensive line, I don't need to see them anymore. BBL stinky.
Yeah, that's rough.
8 penalties. Isn't this why Eric Bieniemy's here?
Yeah.
This is the number one reason why Eric Bieniemy's here. There better not be another penalty.
Yeah, because they really moved the ball in that first drive. They had the screen pass, they had the run, they had and then they had the was it the screen pass that got called back?
Yes.
Yeah, and
to
then
Cyrus Allen, yeah.
And then they had the Noah Gray had like the 15-yard catch that was just short of the first down, really moving the ball. But the frustration of the penalties, obviously, it's the first game.
And Andy says we'll get it cleaned up, Dusty.
For sure.
He said that 17 times last year.
We're working on it. Yeah. So I think that could, be there as well. And I thought Jaden Hicks played well in his opportunity.
Yep.
And again, we're not being hyperbolic. We're going off one game of seeing this team for the first time in a year. And yes, the Rams are playing backup, so are the Chiefs. But it's all about knowing where you're at on the field. It's those little dress rehearsal moments where it's hey, if this was a real situation, you would need to be here. So if the hit that Jaden Hicks made that I'm referencing to, where he stuck the guy right in the hip and stopped him short of the first down on 3rd and 7 or 8, that might have been Puka Nacua in a real game in week 13 or whenever you play the Rams. And that would have to be a play that you'd have to make. And he made that play and looked like he was actually playing to get an actual spot on this roster to play more than he did last year and the year before, because we know he can lay the wood. We know Hicks can do that. Big stick Hicks, right? That's what he said to us. That's what the team called him when we were down there last year in St. Joe Mac. And I think that's what you want to see. You want to get off the field on 3rd down, whether you're letting Harris and Mevis, my God, is he getting thicker? And, you want to force people to 3. Now, I don't know if McVay in the regular season goes for that.
Did he get fatter over the I swear to God, that was the guy who used to kick for the Raiders, Janikowski.
No, that's massive. That's the dude from Mizzou, man, M-I-Z.
Yeah, the thicker kicker. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
He is thick. And then, we've yet to see Mansour Delane, so he'll get involved and sprinkle his talent in there as well. I assume he probably plays Saturday at 6:30 against the Bucs. So that'll be interesting to see as well. So
I thought also, too, with Jaden Hicks, man, I was going through the Chiefs post-game notes that they send out, and they had a note about Jaden Hicks, which tells me they're trying to let everybody know, hey, Jaden Hicks is a pretty good player, right? Because it's something we've talked about all offseason long about this secondary. If you're judging based on one game, that secondary looked pretty damn good. Now, again, it's preseason. It's, going against 2s and 3s and all of that. But Jaden Hicks had himself a game, 7 tackles, 5 solos, 1 for a loss, and 1 pass defended. If you do that in the regular season in a game, you're the MVP of that game. That's the type of defensive performance that Jaden Hicks had. I mean, he stacked the ballot box or the stat sheet, however you want to say it, and went out there and was wrecking people, making tackles around the line of scrimmage, making plays in the secondary. It's okay, man, this guy really came to play today. So kudos to Jaden Hicks and the rest of the secondary, which I thought stepped up pretty good. Again,
Noah Williams looked great.
Yeah.
So special teams is where our number one issue is.
Number one issue? Yeah, I mean, so far, special teams, I would say so. Yeah, I think so. Garrett Nussmeier looked awesome.
Yeah, I was just saying, there's that quarterback that's going to be your backup now for the next 4 years, and you're not going to have to spend money on a backup quarterback. And the Chiefs trade Garrett Nussmeier for a 3rd-round draft pick.
Wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate that at
all.
all.
Not at all. But I thought he was really good. He was really
great.
good. You saw exactly why they drafted that kid, right? It really is reminiscent of the Kevin Cobb pick of years ago. We're what are we doing in Philadelphia drafting? And they flipped him. But I think Garrett Nussmeier is a guy that they want because they're projecting out salary cap for the future, too. And Justin Fields is costing you, $8 million or whatever the guy in the jean shorts cost you last year. And you're getting 4 years of Garrett Nussmeier for $8 million. And so it is a shrewd financial move by the Chiefs. And if it pans out and he's a good backup quarterback for you, man, you got all kinds of money now that you can spend elsewhere for this team.
And you talk about the Eric Bieniemy effect. This was Bashard Smith on EB and the penalties.
Yeah, it's gonna be hell. I know for sure, but we gotta clean those up, and we'll be good for sure. Our offense will be real clean.
Gonna be hell. Good luck up in St. Joe today, boys.
Look at the humidity on the windows, too. Go for it.
But it is Monday, 6:30, so we get into our Overreaction Mondays. Number 1 on the list in our rundown, it says Mac. So go ahead, MAC.
Yeah, I said it earlier in the show, but Emmett Johnson would be the best running back we've had since Kareem Hunt. That's what I saw. I saw a guy who could catch passes, who could force missed tackles, who was quick, who had vision. I mean, you mentioned that touchdown that got called back. Every running back that we've had these past 3 years would have ran into that guard. Would have ran into that guard's ass, and it would have been a gain of 1, loss of 1. That's what it would have been. Emmett Johnson already has vision that we haven't had in this backfield in quite some time. And I don't want to poo-poo on Isaiah Pacheco. He was a massive part of winning that 22-23 Super Bowl when he was healthy. But even then, I don't think he had the burst, the explosion, the vision that we're seeing from number 10 out of Nebraska. Emmett Johnson, man, he is the real deal.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching him play.
That's Devin Neal.
Yeah, and Devin Neal is the real deal. No, Greg Hill is the real deal. Ask Marty. But I think when we're looking back at this draft, and we recapped it the next day or the Monday after, Emmett Johnson was one of the players that I was really excited about them getting in that draft. And I've kind of been on him since the day that he was picked. And so to see him go out there and perform like that was awesome, man. I hope it does translate into the regular season, because if we got a guy like that in the 5th round, changes the dynamic of the offense,
Yeah, I'll go from one Johnson to another Johnson. Ben Johnson is probably not being dramatic. If you missed the quote, he said he wants to have the best offense that the NFL has ever seen, going back to that 2014 Broncos offense when Peyton Manning and company put up numbers. This comes from Ari Meirov. Head coach Ben Johnson said receivers coach Antoine Randall. Remember him? Oh, yeah, we all do. Called the plays in the second half versus the Browns today when Chicago scored 24 points and put up 235 yards of offense. Quote, I think he's got a chance to be an OC in this league. I think he's got a chance to be a head coach in this league. That all comes from Ben Johnson, who wants to put up points. The Chicago Bears are going to put up points this year, and they probably will have the number 1 offense in the NFL. They have a lot of weapons, from Colston Loveland to Kmet to Burden, to Odunze, to their running backs, to their quarterback, who can be that guy, who I think now, if you're putting a future bet on it, Caleb Williams should be somebody that you consider maybe an MVP this year. I don't know what Mahomes, Allen, and Jackson still do. I don't know if Joe Burrow is going to be healthy all year, but the way this offense can move, and again, I know it's against the Cleveland Browns, I know it's preseason, but 24 points and 235 yards with the scrubs playing, and you're able to execute that offense. They have weapons on this offense. We know the NFC North is explosive. Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. Chicago's kind of arrived last year. I think Caleb Williams also kind of proved a lot of people wrong last year, and now he has a little bit bigger of a target on his back. He's got to be better. Year 1, there were some unnecessary sacks. There were some overthrows. Year 2, obviously, we saw the hero throw against the Packers in that divisional game in the back of the end zone. Great play there. I think this offense can compete with what the Denver Broncos put up. They're going to run a 2 tight end set. So when you listen to Mac Morey's Fantasy Football Show on Sundays, coming up in about 3 weeks, don't hesitate. This week. Don't hesitate on maybe taking some Chicago Bears and loading up your team with Chicago Bears. Luther Bird, I think, is going to be fine with a hamstring. He's going to be the number 1 option in that offense, and Colston Loveland's going to be number 2. That still leaves Odunze and Cole Kmet in that offense, and Caleb Williams to be your quarterback as well.
Who's their backup quarterback?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I know that the Chicago...
Oh, yeah, I do. It's Secret Bagent Man. It's Tyson Bagent.
Oh, that's right.
It is?
Yeah, Secret Bagent Man. Yeah, so Chicago Bears offense, I think, will be good. It could be possibly might be the best offense in the NFL.
My overreaction is that R. Mason Thomas will be the next legacy chief.
Who's?
Ours. R. Mason Thomas will be the next legacy chief.
Okay.
He is the guy that this new version, this new era, this new part 2, if you will, this rebirth of Patrick Mahomes and his second act or third act, however we're talking about it right now, R. Mason Thomas will be that guy on the defense like Chris Jones is now, like Tamba Hali was, like Justin Houston was, like Derek Thomas was. R. Mason Thomas will be the next legacy chief and the guy that we talk about as the defensive star, powerful guy, leader of this team now in this new era. That's how strongly I feel about that guy on the defense. He's going to be outstanding.
Yep. Completely agree. He looked amazing. It wasn't just against the pass. He was able to stop the run, too, which was something that I was worried about. Okay, is this going to be a third down kind of special gadget guy? It didn't look like that. We've not seen bursts like that off the edge in years.
No, exactly. And that is something that you can judge from preseason. Speed. Nobody's slowing down out there. You're going full 100 miles an hour, however you want to say it. And R. Mason Thomas, man, he just jumped out of it.
This comes from the text line. My wife has been snatch blocking me for 20 years.
I hear you.
You can't make up algorithms because Polymarket Football preseason rookie comparisons. KC Concepcion equals Antonio Brown. Carnell Tate equals T. Higgins. Jordan Tyson equals Brandon Ayuk. Makai Lemon equals Chris Godwin. Jeremiah Love is Alvin Kamara. Fernando Mendoza is Jared Goff. Ty Simpson is Matt Ryan. Kenyon Sadiq is Jake Ferguson. Sonny Styles is Devin White. And Spencer Fano is Trent Williams. So there's...
I love it.
Everybody loves it.
Week 1 of preseason's in the book.
Ty Simpson did look pretty solid.
Oh, yeah, I think he's going to win that job.
Well, that's if Matty Staff can stay healthy. Yeah, never know. Coming up on the other side, dark horses. I think this website doesn't know the definition.
I thought so too.
We'll get into it next. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Cyclone Thornton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Window World do things the right way. That's exactly right. That's why we used Window World when we needed them some 6 or 7 years ago for over 30 replacement windows. It was the only call we made was to our friends over at Window World, right? That's all we wanted to do was go with Window World because we have known for so many years how awesome they were. My wife heard about it from her friends all the time, and that's one of the best things that Window World has going for them. Over half of all their appointments come from referrals from people who love Window World, and we love Window World. Now we have over 30 replacement windows in our house. They're all doing the job that they need to do. No air conditioning escaping in the wintertime or heat getting out during the wintertime or anything like that, and it has been perfect for us. And Window World windows are one of 2 windows with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, and they're also the official windows of the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's time for you to get replacement windows. Call Window World and get that free in-home estimate right now at 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
August is here, the heat is not going to quit, and neither can you. If you're over 40 and the heat is taking its toll more than it seemed like it used to, it might be your testosterone levels declining with age. Visit Low T Center and find out if TRT therapy is right for you. Go to fixmylowt.com and book your free T test today.
This is Dana Hughes. In Kansas City football, we honor tradition, but we always look forward to what's next. That's why I'm all in for Flight by Yingling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, clean, and full of flavor, just the way a light beer should be. It's got the legacy and the stats to back it up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dana Hughes. BG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri.
Whether I'm setting up the ultimate tailgate or hosting a watch party, game day is all about the Chiefs and keeping it stress-free. That's why I go to Hy-Vee. They make planning a breeze with everything you need in one convenient stop. We're talking about tailgate trays packed with sliders, wings, charcuterie, sushi, appetizers, and those iconic Chiefs-themed cookies. Plus, a massive wine and spirits department to top off your beverage order. Let Hy-Vee handle the work. Just order online for pickup or delivery. It's a total game changer, only at Hy-Vee.
Back to school savings start now at Hy-Vee's 3-day sale. Stock up and save big this Friday through Sunday with hot deals in every department. Meat, produce, bread, cereal, and snacks. Want an easier way to shop? Order on the Hy-Vee app or at Hy-Vee.com. Choose pickup or delivery and we'll do the shopping for you. Save time, save money. Shop your way during the back to school sale this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. Game night's fun until someone spends 5 minutes lining up one shot. Chalk, breathe, re-chalk, still aiming. While they figure it out, I fire up Chumba Casino. I can spin anywhere, anytime, and there's always a new social casino game every week. Spins happen way faster than that shot. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Let's Chumba. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hop in a John Deere Gator XUV for a day's work. Let's see what's on the to-do list. There goes the tree. And the fence. Not a problem. Because you've got a cargo box filled with solutions. Up to 4,000 pounds of towing capacity. And you're ready to roll.
The power's out!
Here we go again. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday. Learn more at johndeere.com/Gator XUV. Nothing runs like a deer.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola.
Spring hail means big savings at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. Save up to $15,000 on hail damage new and used vehicles, plus all factory incentives. But this hail of a sale won't last long. New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola. You always pay less in Paola.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
East side, 435 northbound, bonks down before Truman and stays very heavy, almost to Front Street with an accident that has only the left lane getting by. Past that, you may have to tap the brakes if you're trying to make that Front Street exit with an earlier accident blocking the exit lane, but you can still get around it and make the ramp. Blue Parkway westbound, pretty heavy approaching Nolan for about a mile plus. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Moving right along on a Monday, as I don't think that the NFL and Bleacher Report knew the definition of a dark horse, right? Like, a dark horse for sexiest body at this station would be Jay Binkley, and that's not a shot at Jay Binkley, but there might be people that like, the big man, right?
There's juice all over the place.
They want the big bear and Jay Binkley. It'd be a dark horse to see that many people, Gold. He's taking selfies at the gym looking tough, right in there. Gold.
Is he posting selfies from the gym?
Come on now. I don't lie, dude. I told you this before.
Yeah, he spends the month making fun of Drew for it, and then once he starts working out, you see him in the gym all the time.
But they're not shirtless. They're not shirtless.
Okay.
And I'm not married.
Yeah, which is irrelevant.
There's all
what does that have to do with anything?
There's all these semantics.
I know. I didn't realize there was a list.
Yeah. Oh my, yeah. The guy posting the gym photo. I understand it's motivation for you, but there should be a private place where you can do that.
It's called your private story. You can make it private.
You can.
You sure
Good.
can.
Yeah. Then do it. Make it your private story because okay, I see that picture. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. I see. But he's not shirtless.
He's rocked up. He's thick.
No, but he's serious.
Yeah. Good. He should be.
Hair's
Good for him.
gelled.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
I'm glad
I'm glad he's getting in the gym.
Yeah, he does look a little bit more like of a solid unit.
Yep.
But he would not be. Gold would not be a dark horse for like guy that you'd want to date, right? Like that'd be like one of the obvious ones. Single, good looking, confident, popular, can't go out to eat, doesn't want to be noticed.
Right.
So the dark horses in this article from Bleacher Report are the Green Bay Packers, the Houston Texans.
Not a dark horse at all.
And the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Minnesota Vikings do make sense. That's a dark horse, right?
That is a dark horse.
That's Kyler Murray. That is, can they get back to the level of play that they have? They went and got Jordan. They have Jordan Addison. They went and got Juwan Jennings. They have, of course, Justin Jefferson. And they went and got Kyler Murray. So that would be a dark horse. So you ask, who's our dark horses this year? And, I'm kind of like Mac. I mean, I don't really hate, maybe going with the team that he goes with, but the Texans being a dark horse is kind of odd to me because they were a really good team last year with that
they were
defense.
Divisional playoff.
That's right. They just got to get things figured out with their quarterback, which, whatever that could be. But
They're tied for the fifth best odds, by the way. Tied for fifth.
Tied for fifth. Fifth best odds to win the Super Bowl or to go to the to win the Super Bowl. That is not a dark horse.
Can you ask me where Dallas Cowboys are?
They're tied with the Packers 20-1. They're middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack.
So
I'm
maybe
surprised.
Maybe the Packers could be a dark horse.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
So-
a semi 7. They're tied for the 8th best odds, and again, there's that's probably half the league right there.
Yeah, the Packers. Let's talk about them for a second as kind of a dark horse. They're probably the third most talked about team right now in the NFC Central, right? Obviously, everybody's in love with the Bears and what they're doing. Kyler
NFC
Murray.
North?
Yeah, what did I say? NFC?
Central,
whatever it is. The Bears. Obviously, everybody loves them. Kyler thinks the Vikings are going to be back. People love KOC as the head coach there. The Lions, nobody's really talking about this year. And then Green Bay is kind of that third team in the NFC North. And so when you look at the Packers, dark horse, I guess, I mean, they're probably the third best team, allegedly, in their own division maybe right now. Maybe the second best team, depending on how you look at the Vikings. And so I think right now, I think it's okay to say the Packers are a dark horse. I just don't think they're a Phoenix Cardinal dark horse type thing,
Mm-hmm. I think, and if it makes me sound contradicting, I think Dallas would be my dark horse.
Yeah.
Every year, everybody says, Dallas Super Bowl is what they want, like 35, 40 years ago when it was. But why not Dallas, right? Would that not turn the NFL upside down on its head? I mean, the Knicks won the NBA title, and no one had that on their bingo card this year.
Mm-hmm.
I say no one. There's probably a few people like, well, the Knicks are, if they can get it together, and Cat and Brunson and OG can all get on the same page, and they can, get Mike Brown's expertise and move forward in the playoffs. And then we saw the Knicks win the NBA final in 5 games.
And that was squinting real hard, carrying the one, doing long division and all that kind of stuff. And they still won.
And I mean, I think Dallas has the pieces. I thought the draft they went out and got young defense of, personnel. Why not, Jerry Jones? That's going to get the NFL moving. That's going to get people talking. That's going to have that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dak is always just kind of scrutinized because the fact he plays for Dallas, the fact that Dallas is like everybody's favorite puppet to mock. And they do have CeeDee Lamb. They do have George Pickens. They do have Jake Ferguson. They have a lot of offensive weapons that have been good for a couple of years now, and now they have sprinkled in young, talented defensive players, which is where they went picks 1 and 2 in the draft this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe the Micah Parsons trade does end up working. And I think that if you look at what Dallas can do, that division is always a Montreal screw job, if you want to throw back a reference from the WWF back in the day. But I don't know what Philadelphia is going to do. I sure as hell know what Washington's going to do.
Yep.
And then you have, the Giants, who, good hell almighty, I don't know if Jackson Dart can stay on the blue tent.
Every time he gets hit, are they going to take him to the tent now?
I don't know. And then they showed Cam Scatterby running routes before the game, and that leg doesn't look like it's
but then he
ready.
goes out in the game and plays and does just fine. See, that tweet by Ari, not Ari, but the other guy, Dove, is like, look at this guy. Did you watch the game, Dove? Because you posted those highlights after he went out in the game and did just fine.
I just watched the cut move, and the leg did not look like it was fully planting like a normal NFL football player's leg should. But I look at Dallas, I think of what their offense can be. I look at what maybe they could do in the NFC East. Now, again, I don't know if they can compete with the Rams yet, but I think if I'm picking a dark horse, why not let it be Dallas?
Yeah.
I'm not a Dallas fan, but they have probably the most annoying fan base in football. They have the most annoying legacy in football, but, they make people have conversations. And if Dallas is good, then it makes this show a lot more fun. It makes the NFL a lot more fun because then we get to get into the playoff system and be like, can they actually do this? Can they actually get back to where they want to get to? And why not have Jerry Jones piss people off before he's got just a few years left?
Yeah, no, Dallas, it's good for the NFL. Absolutely. Dallas being good is a good, but Dallas just being relevant is a good thing, right? Then that's what they've done for all these years. They've been a relevant average team that has, captivated America with all their nonsense. My dark horse is New Orleans because, oh my God, they're not supposed to win anything. That to me is a dark horse, not Minnesota or Houston or Green Bay or somebody like that that's kind of on the fringe of things. New Orleans, I don't think anybody thinks they can do anything this year, so why not go with a team that really is a dark horse that doesn't have any expectations? So that's where I go, New Orleans on this one.
Yeah, they could be a breakout offense for sure. They could be one of this year's Colts sort of thing with as far as offense is concerned. Maybe not the whole team in the record, but yeah, I mean, Kellen Moore is going to. He was the Packers offensive coordinator or the Cowboys offensive coordinator when they led the league in points. He was the offensive coordinator when the Eagles won the Super Bowl and they had that great offense. He's now 9 years calling plays and a head coach. Second year, I think he's proven himself. So I'm with you on that. And I'm big hot on the Cowboys. Big time hot on the Cowboys. I think they're going to have a great defense. I actually think they're going to be able to get to the quarterback. And they've had a top 5 offense every year for the last 5 years, seemingly. I'll go the Jags. I'll go the Jaguars. They were great last year. They won 13 games. Now no one's talking about them. It doesn't make sense. They're 30-1 odds. They're 2 spots below the Cowboys at 20-1. And yeah, I think that Trevor Lawrence is getting better and better. Is he elite? No. Could he be top 10 this year? Absolutely, yes. They've got Brian Thomas Jr., who had a down year last year, and they were still able to score points. Parker Washington is a number one. Well, he's a 1B. He's one of the best number 2s. And yeah, they're going to be able to run the football as they always do with Tootin and guys. So yeah, and the defense we'll see. But yeah, I'd go with the Jags. I think we talk about the Colts and the Texans. I think the Jags might win that division.
You know, in a division that nobody cares about, that's a very interesting division.
Anymore.
It may be one of the more compelling divisions out there right now. But like you hear the teams and you're just like, they don't really move the needle, right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of history. There's not a lot of sizzle. There's not a lot of substance there. They're just teams, right? But this year, I mean, the Colts could be pretty good. The Texans can be good. The Jags could be good. You know, there's a lot of teams out there. And then there's the Titans, which they're turning it around. New coach, young rookie quarterback. And so you've got that as well. That's kind of a compelling division, I'll be honest with you.
Very compelling.
They may beat up each other and everybody goes 9-7 or something like that, you know?
Coming up on the other side, it's not an I told you so or me taking a victory lap. It's just the reality of what you're going to have in Kansas City for the next 10 years. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jaden Candy, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have done such a great job on our home this spring and summer, and not just this spring and summer, but last year as well. That's where it all began with my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. It was a year ago in, I guess, March, where we're just like, all right, we can't figure this out anymore. We've tried for a decade. We've got roots everywhere. We've just got crabgrass everywhere. We got dirt. We can't figure this thing out. So let's go ahead and call Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And they came out, looked at our yard. They laughed about how bad it was, and then they got to work. And within days, it seemed like that yard went from a laughingstock to the best looking yard on the block. And it's all because of the great folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They're college educated professionals that know everything about growing the perfect yards here in Kansas City. And then once your yard's perfect, you want to enjoy it. So do what we do and get the mosquito dome put over that yard. Keeps the mosquitoes out, keeps the ticks out, keeps the fleas out. It makes it safe for us and for our dog as well. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones.
Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender.
Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Jurnavix suzetrigine begins. Jurnavix is a non-opioid 50-milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Jurnavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jurnavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Jurnavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jurnavix.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Shane, third-generation owner at Shane Company. As a family jeweler for almost 100 years, we're known for doing right by our customers. Our legacy of integrity depends on it. We stand behind our engagement rings with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds, then negotiate for the best price. At Shane Company, we put you first because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
For a limited time at Go Car Wash, mention radio and get any wash for just $5. Yep, any wash. That's up to 80% off our best wash. Visit Go Car Wash today. It's your time to go shine.
This report is brought to you by Go Car Wash. It's your time to go shine.
When it's time for a new water heater, trust the team that's been serving Kansas City for 75 years. For a limited time, buy a water heater and get a water filter 50% off. Schedule today at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
East side, 435 northbound, bogs down before 23rd. Stays very heavy almost to Front Street with an accident that has only the left lane getting by. Blue Parkway westbound, very slow approaching Nolan for about a mile and a half. Kansas side, Olathe, 35 southbound, heavy from College Boulevard down past 119th Street with an accident. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Cody and Gold are live from the practice field at Chiefs training camp this summer on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts.
Which is unusual for hitters. You don't see a lot of hitters. Oh, my.
Well, this might be a slop knock.
I'm sorry?
Gone! And Jack Caglione. It's a two-run home run to put the Royals back out in front.
First time I've ever heard Rex blushing.
Man, how about that? Stay hot and carry the team and keep driving the Royals bus. That's right. Swing after swing, off balance, 70% swing, whatever. Which is unusual.
HUD here.
For hitters. You don't see a lot of hitters. Oh, my.
Well, this might be.
Which is unusual. For hitters. You don't see a lot of hitters. Oh, my.
Well, this might be a slop knock. Gone! And Jack.
So that was Friday night as Jack Caglione would hit a two-run home run to give the Royals the lead. Jack Caglione is going to be the Royals Player of the Year this year. I know Bobby Witt Jr. is still on this team, but he may hit 30 home runs. He has 22 on this season. He should play first the rest of his career for the Kansas City Royals and hit third for the next 7 years in this lineup. This can also be one of those keys to keep Bobby Witt Jr. locked up in Kansas City. Now, the team has to win. I understand that. And I'm not here to argue with you guys about what this team has done this year. I'm just picking up the highlight of this season. And this is the first full year of Jack Caglione getting to start for the Kansas City Royals. And he's having absolutely a monster year. In fact, I mean, you can go down everything that people have talked about. During his 12-game hitting streak, he was 20 of 47. That is a .426 average. 4 doubles, 5 home runs, 17 RBI. That slug that you want so desperately or needed for a while for the Kansas City Royals, that's an .830 slug, a 12.67 OPS, a 250 OPS plus. That is what you call absolutely in the zone. And Jack Caglione comes from Baseball is Dead, who has been a menace since getting the full potential to play. And Jack Caglione has only trended upward since his debut. This comes from Ballpark Pal. He's rated the number 6 hitter in Major League Baseball over his last 1,000 pitches faced, and he's number 1 over his last 250. Something that really tore me up last year was watching Nick Kurtz absolutely take off and run. That's what I wanted to see Jack Caglione do. Obviously, Kurtz went before Jack in the draft. Jack goes right after, and everybody in the offseason is like, man, where's the right fielder? Where's the right fielder? He's right there. Now, Vinny Pasquantino might be getting Wally pipped because I don't know how you can't put Jack Caglione at first base the rest of his career and let him play every single day, which also might be kind of one of those things where at the beginning of the year, we're like, why can't he play against left-handed pitching? What's he got to do to get better? We've seen the development, and I know that it's easy and low-hanging fruit to just blame Matt Cotrero and J.J. Piccolo for not playing him against left-handed hitters, but there's more to it than just that. There was the maturity factor. Vern alluded to it, throwing the bat down, throwing helmets, pouting. There was the not being able to lay off pitches. And the reason the power is looking like it was supposed to be promised is because Jack is more comfortable at the plate. He's hitting behind Bobby Witt Jr. And for the future of this franchise, and I don't know when they get this contract done, they could do it today, they could have done it yesterday, they could do it tomorrow, but you got to lock Jack Caglione up as a future superstar because the superstar moment is engaged fully right now. He'll play 4 games against the Oakland A's or the Vegas A's or the Sacramento A's, whoever they are, the next 4 days, and he's one of the reasons why you should continue to watch this team. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to win anything this year, but Jack Caglione is doing things that some of us in this town told you could be possible. And now that he's got the maturity, he's got the eye at the plate, and the power was always there. That home run or the slob knock that they talk about was a home run that just looked like a Fred McGriff bomb for the Braves back in the 90s when he would just take that right hand and extend it out. And it was gone. And he has that potential to be that guy in your lineup where you can hit the 2-run home run. You can hit the 3-run home run. You have that guy in your system, and now he should be here to stay. And if you lock him up, that's going to give those things in that contract that we talked about that Bobby has the opt-out after 4 or 5 years to be like, what is this team doing to prove to me that they're serious? Well, if they're serious, I don't know what with the lockout engagement coming up as more and more conversations are now, we're going to get back into it in November.
I missed that one over the weekend. They've tabled negotiations till November.
They said stuff won't really get serious until about November. So after the World Series, obviously, is over, they can get into business. But
well, I guess, yes, but you could also be meeting behind the scenes and taking care of business to not let it escalate to something like this, but they won't,
And the other thing, too, about Caglione is that this is the player that my generation has been pining for in the Royals system. A guy that just goes up to the plate and you're like, I don't know, could go 450 feet, could go 500 feet, could be a 3-0 lead in the top of the first or the bottom of the first because of what he's showing at the plate. The maturity is starting to get there. The average is now somewhere around 270. The home runs are 22. The slug is 800. This is exactly what you've wanted. If you're from my generation, if you're, young 30s to late 30s, this is the player you've always wanted to have on your roster, and now you have it.
Who is easier to acquire in the offseason, a first baseman or an outfielder, do you think?
First baseman.
Yeah, I do too. So why not keep Cags as your right fielder, and that way you're not back at square one trying to find that right fielder, and then you can go out and find that first baseman. Because, look, I think everybody's kind of on that same page of like, Vinny may be the guy that gets traded this offseason, right? There may be other guys that get traded. There may be other changes that happen, as there should be. You're 25 games under 500. But you've got to find a way to support your star players in your lineup now, or they're not going to want to stay here, right? That's the thing. If you're not winning and you're not supporting those core players, then they're not going to want to be here. So it's imperative this offseason, and it's hard to even talk about this offseason because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. But what we have to make sure is that this team is going out and not signing Jack Caglione, but signing players that are good, that surround Cags and surround Bobby Witt to help this team win. So when it is time to sign Jack Caglione, he wants to stay here because he knows that the organization is committed to winning, and they're out there putting players around him. And so I think that's the most important thing this offseason for this team. How are you going to sell your organization to Bobby Witt Jr. and Jack Caglione more than selling it to anybody else? And you have to go out there and get players around them that will help them win. Because if they don't win, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. And I think those players in particular, because they're the two, stars on this team now, those are the two guys that you really have to go out there and show and basically recruit to stay here in Kansas City, because both can walk on their own volition whenever they want. So I think it's important going forward as we get closer and closer to, potentially a new stadium and all this kind of stuff. It is important to go out there every single year and field a team that shows Bobby and Cags this is a winning organization. They missed on that for the last year. They've got to find a way to get back to that to keep those two guys in the fold. So that's the challenge this offseason. Make your team better, turn your team in a winner to make sure that Cags and Bobby are here and want to be here for their entire careers.
Well, it's nice to say that and not just have it be to keep Bobby here, to have two guys to keep in the fold. You've added a guy, you've doubled your star player count, and you have Carter Jensen, who's more than a role player, is now playing catcher more than Salvador Perez.
Right.
Does accentuate what happened at the beginning of the season more and more. The more Caglione does this, it accentuates those first couple of months and going, wait.
Same with Noah Cameron right now, too, guys. I mean, that's another one they misjudged on. I mean, let Noah call his own game. He's called his own game. He's been one of the best pitchers in the history of baseball. No one has done what Noah Cameron has done in his last 3 starts in the history of Major League Baseball. And we know how much baseball loves the history side of things, right? So, like, why was Cags mismanaged? Why was Cameron mismanaged all season long? I'm with you, Mac. It makes you go, damn, if they were handling this business the right way from the start of the season, maybe the results are different right now.
And again, there are other tea leaves to, the CAG story. Like you got to be the ball player that you have to be on and, in the game. There were episodes, there were things that led to that. Now, again, did he not play opening day? Was that a mistake in my opinion? Absolutely. But we've seen him get better because we saw him play against Tarek Skubal 4 months after opening day in LA, and he takes Tarek Skubal bridge. And then he had the 4-for-4 night, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, all that sort of stuff. So, depending on where you think baseball players can stay the longest, is right field the best place for Jack to play for the?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think for a couple of years. I think because I don't know what you get in return with Vinny. I think Vinny would be a package deal because
of course, yeah.
What's Blake Mitchell's future? Or is Carter Jensen somebody that maybe you call Blake Mitchell up and you're like, hey, Carter, we're going to try you out in the outfield. And then your outfield's Jack Carter and Kyle Isbell, which I think is a fine center fielder. You're not the LA Dodgers, so people need to realize that you're not going to have a 1 through 7 dynamite order.
No.
But if you've got a solid 1 through 4, because Michael Garcia and Vinny Pasquantino both might join the team again today, and we'll see what they do moving forward. Because, I mean, honestly, if your lineup is Garcia, Bobby, Cags, Carter, Vinny, Sal's hitting 6th, I'll take that into next year, and hopefully they can get on the right path early because that's the other thing.
And that's the thing, though. You look at the lineup, and you mention all those names. Everybody likes those names, and yet they're still 25 games under 500. So, like, what happened?
I do like Jensen in the outfield. That was a good idea.
I mean, it's a possibility. And to your point of what happened, just not really maybe understanding or knowing where you wanted to go with all this thing. So, I don't know. And somebody says from the 913, don't look now, but Carter Jensen, Salvador Perez hitting numbers look scary similar. Carter Jensen's a rookie.
Carter Jensen, I saw somebody compared him to MJ Melendez, exact same numbers in their first year, like home runs, average, RBIs, everything, the exact same number I saw.
Numbers might be the same, but the approach and the player is very, very different. Coming up next, Mac has to apologize? Okay.
It's too late to apologize.
Apologize.
It's too late.
Kansas City, it's Omar on the lot. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, man, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending are more than friends. They become part of our family. We talk to the folks at Golden Oak Lending a couple of times every single year because that's what you want out of your mortgage company, right? You want them constantly looking for ways to save you money, looking for lower rates, looking for ways to help you out. And that's what Golden Oak Lending is all about. And we all know right now, we're all dealing with it, guys, right? The high interest credit cards, the higher grocery bills, everyday expenses, everything keeps going up. But maybe you're paying your bills every single month, but you still can't just get ahead. You make those minimum payments and the balance barely moves because of that high interest. And in fact, sometimes it just keeps growing. You may have built equity in your home that could help. A simple refinance from Golden Oak Lending may allow you to use that equity to consolidate high interest credit cards and other bills into one manageable monthly payment, which gives you the much needed breathing room you have been looking for the last couple of months. So start with that free mortgage checkup. Call Golden Oak Lending now at 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD, or check them out at goldenoaklending.com. Golden Oak Lending, MLS 114937.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Fire up the grill. It's football season, and Booth Creek Wagyu is beefing up your game. When you buy 10 pounds or more of our legendary Booth Creek Wagyu ground beef, you'll get it for the unbelievable price of just $8 a pound. That's America's most premium ground beef at grocery store prices. And don't forget our world-class Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and free samples available at our 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, inside the Deer Creek shops. And we're always open at boothcreekwagyu.com.
That pallet of pavers collecting dust? The beginnings of a garden? Those stray fence posts? Are you haunted by half-finished projects on your land? John Deere is here to say, not anymore. Our compact tractors allow you to swap implements easily, and they're backed by the nation's largest dealer network. You always had the right idea, and with the right tools, those projects can get finished for good. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/compact tractors.
Hey, it's the Lawman giving you a couple updates. Just settled a case for $1.175 million on a commercial vehicle accident, $750,000 on a motorcycle accident, $557,500 on a premise liability case. Call the Lawman. If you've been charged with a felony DWI, call the Lawman. You only got a short window to get the admin filed in Missouri and in Kansas. Call me now.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It shouldn't be based solely on advertisement.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's Creed Humphrey, and I'm here to tell you the best movie of all time is Tombstone.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. East Side, 435 northbound, bogs down past 40 Highway, just crawls all the way up past Winter with an earlier accident before Front Street with only the left lane getting by. That looks like that's still the case. And you get up towards Front, you're finally back to posted speeds. Kansas side, 35 southbound Olathe. We're heading into Olathe. Things bogged down before College Boulevard. Stay heavy down past 119th Street with an accident in the left lane. Hot water is something you rely on every day for showers, dishes, laundry, and more. If your water heater is showing signs of age or struggling to keep up, now is the time to make the switch. At Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, they've been helping Kansas City homeowners stay comfortable for 75 years with trusted service and expert installations. For a limited time, buy a water heater and get a water filter 50% off. Schedule your appointment today at anthonyphce.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Moving right along on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey as well. Getting up close to one word here at 7:30. But before we get into that, Mac, I think this is also funny as we're starting to get into like fantasy draft season to like figure out how people do their orders. Yep. Depends on you, depends on your league. Sometimes it's just random draw no matter what. Yep. A lot of times whoever won the league last year can decide where. This is how we do ours. Not anybody cares. Whoever won the year before gets to pick wherever they want to be in the draft.
Yeah, that's fair. I like
and
that.
then the rest is random. So, like, you want the number 1 overall pick? Cool. This year, you're like, man, I don't know if I want the first or second pick because I think people are going to go Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson. Then I get to kind of have my own choice. Or if you're just in love with Jahmyr Gibbs, you think he's going to run for, or have 22 all-purpose yards on the season this year. Be more than that, actually. That's probably a good number. Then whatever. The Toronto Blue Jays decided to have everybody that's in the league go out to the pitcher's mound pregame or postgame and throw to home plate. And whoever threw the fastest got to go to the closest to the draft. So whoever threw the fastest pitch was one, and the second fastest was two, and all that.
Yeah. That's cool. I like
That's
that.
a great idea.
That's awesome. So if all your buddies that are in your league lived here, you could be like, all right, we're all going to meet at Shawnee Mission Northwest. We're going to run the 40-yard dash, and whoever runs the fastest gets the first pick, and so on and so forth. So if I was in that, I'd be like, just give me the last pick. I'll snake it at the end.
If you're doing the snake draft, which most do, I'm sure the baseball team's doing that. Why wouldn't you say, I got the fastest throw, but I'm selecting the last pick of the draft instead of the first pick of the draft? But even still, at the top, you get the snake selection too. But you kind of like the snake selection, the first round, second round, right? That's kind of a double whammy for you right there.
Yeah.
Maybe the NFL should do that for their regular draft.
That's why the Chiefs would draft Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Like, all right, get out there, X. Go get us the first overall pick of the draft.
Exactly right.
But speaking of Xavier Worthy, a draft pick from 3 years ago?
Yep.
Hard to believe. This is his third year in the league.
It's crazy to say that, yeah.
Which draft picks have been kind of not Mac's favorite thing to talk about.
No.
But maybe now Mac has to apologize.
Yeah,
that's right. Apologize.
2023, 2024, I can't speak for those. Those were bad drafts by Brett Veach. Misses, right? Coming off of 2022. 2025, we didn't really get to see a lot of them, and we can talk about that here a little bit later. But what we saw yesterday, man, the rookies and the second-year players look like they are
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, thank you.
Unless you watched it yesterday on 30 at the spot, the replay.
What we saw this weekend from the rookies and the second-year players were fantastic. Were awesome. They're going to be impact players right off the bat.
Yeah.
You talk about R. Mason Thomas, and it's not even. We haven't even seen Mansour Delay in the 6th overall pick that they traded up for. We haven't even seen really. We saw some Peter Woods. We can talk about that. I think he got the Chris Jones treatment on Saturday as far as double teams. He was double teamed every play, it looked like.
And he had an ankle issue?
Yeah, ankle issue may have affected some of that too, some of that explosion from him. But we still like Peter Woods. We think he's going to be good. But yeah, Cyrus Allen, R. Mason Thomas, Emmett Johnson, who somehow fell to the 5th round. All three of those guys right off the rip are maybe not going to be starters, but going to be playing over 50% of the snaps, depending on who they are, and going to be impact players helping this team win football games. You talk about second-year players in 2025. Josh Simmons, we all like Josh Simmons, at least right here on this show. I know there's some people who have question marks. I think Josh Simmons is going to be absolutely fantastic. As long as Ashton Gelati can stay healthy, he showed flashes last year. Noah Williams, I've been screaming about Noah Williams all season and in last season that he should have played more. Noah Williams is going to be the best corner on this team. He's the starting corner. He's the leader of that secondary, in my opinion. And again, I mentioned Jeffrey Bassa earlier. And then in the 7th round, Brashard Smith has got some pop to him as far as a receiving back out of the backfield. And that explosion, that screen pass was great. He can make men miss. He's a returner. That versatility out of a 7th round pick is something to be said. And Jeffrey Bassa, again, he might be the second linebacker by the end of this season. And that was a 5th round pick last season, or last year. So you've got now 6 or 7 guys that I just mentioned in the last 2 seasons who are going to be impactful in winning. That is top tier general manager right there. And you can start to go, okay, well, I'm going to put more impetus on Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo as far as why weren't some of these guys playing? Noah Williams, Jeffrey Bassa, Brashard Smith. We needed a running back last year. I was like, we'll occasionally play Brashard Smith. He looks really good. And now he's gone. And now here's Isaiah Pacheco and the guy off the couch and Kareem Hunt. So I'm starting to look more at the coaching staff as to the reason these last couple of seasons maybe that we haven't seen the fruition of what Brett Veach has been able to do with some of these drafts, because 2026, it's early. It looks like this could be a repeat of 2022, and we need it to be if we want this. We've all talked about it. We need another 2022 type draft, another legendary draft, 4, 5, 6 guys who are going to be impactful right off the rip for 4 years. Because if we want this dynasty to continue, that's what it will take, and that's what it looks like really early on.
Yep.
Without even seeing the 6th overall pick yet, that's what it looked like Brett Veach has done.
And I will say this. When this draft happened in April, May, whenever the hell it was, we all looked at the draft and were excited about the draft, right?
Yep.
And then we watched, the OTAs, training camp, all this, got a little bit more excited about the players. And then we saw them on Saturday and went, oh, isn't it fun when the players perform that you're counting on in the draft like that, where every single one of these guys check, check right down the list, went out there and performed. And we have not had that since that 22 draft, right? You have not walked away from the preseason excited about the draft picks since the Trent McDuffie draft and the George Karlaftis draft. That was the last time we all truly walked away from preseason games talking about these young guys. I told you guys for a while now, something weird went on last year. I don't know what it is. And now here you are talking about what went on last year. Something weird went on behind the scenes. Kind of like the Royals right now. You're 25 games under 500. You like the names on the team, but for whatever reason, it's not working, right? Same thing with the Chiefs last year. You like some of the names on the field, but for whatever reason, they weren't getting into the lineup. Something was just off inside that locker room last year. Everybody just had a down year from Andy Reid all the way down, and it does. Everybody's included in all of this, and that's why you hear Clark Hunt at the beginning of training camp talking about the mindset of the team and being in that right mindset. I really think last year the mindset of that team was, I'm exhausted, man. I just don't have any more. By everybody, and it showed. Regroup this offseason, longer offseason, refresh yourself this offseason. Basically got a sabbatical, guys. They got an extra 30 to 40 days off this year that they don't normally have, and boy, it looks like they have refreshed themselves and really went to work to tackle, no pun intended, the 2026 season, because everything so far is looking up, and I know there are people that cover this league that are looking at that first preseason game by the Chiefs and going, Emmett Johnson broke 10 tackles. Cyrus Allen jumped how high and made a catch? Yeah. Josh Simmons did what out there on the field with the snatch block? Like, what's going on with the Kansas City? Oh, and Mahomes didn't even play.
Yeah, I think that it's a lot of not only that, but the personnel around what you're changing offensively. I thought they ran a lot of plays under center, which I thought was interesting to see because I know that it's not the starters playing, as the text line is so effing negative every single day about certain things. But, like, that's your scheme. That's what you're going to see your starters do. And if those guys are running that effectively, you have to think and have to know that the guys that actually play every day, the 11 they're going to be out there, more often than not, know exactly what they need to do. And if it looks, I'm not going to say well-oiled yet, but it looks like a different sort of offensive format out there, right? Like Noah Gray knowing where he's supposed to be on that third and long play. It wasn't a first down, but it was a 15-yard catch on an 18-yard or third and 18. Having the screenplay being effective with Bashard Smith. You could not and would not run screens with Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, which means all of those options are out. Bashard Smith was a rookie last year, so he wasn't going to get the playing time that we thought, that maybe he's going to get this year. I don't know. This is a hot take. I may not need to see DeMercado after seeing Emmett Johnson and Bashard Smith.
Trade him is what you're saying, maybe, potentially?
Whatever you got to do. Because, again, I know it's preseason, and I know that these guys are going to have a lot of proof to show us. But, like, seeing under center plays happen, seeing somebody on the defensive line being able to actually get in the backfield, like, that's got to give George Karlaftis some sort of like what's it going to be like on third down when they take 56 off the field to put R. Mason Thomas out there? What's it going to look like if they have a third down set where they don't have Ken Walker out there, but they've got Smith and they've got Emmett Johnson out there, where you're like, okay, you have two different like sort of Swiss Army guys back here that could either, get a quick handoff, or they could go out and run like the double flare screen that we used to always run in Madden. And there are things that they can do this year. And I think Cyrus Allen being a 5th round pick, it is not uncommon to find a solid receiver in the 5th round. That has happened multiple times in the NFL, and maybe it finally happened for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
You might have a wide receiver 2 battle. You might also have a blessing in disguise at your quarterback 2 battle when it might be Nuss the Bus taking over for Justin Fields as the number 2 backup. There are all these things that after one game of a soft opening to a season, you're not going, oh, wow, they're only going to run the ball on 3rd and 1 or
well,
3rd and short.
And that's the thing. Like to the people who are negative about this, think about what your perception would be if these guys went out there and didn't look like they did. And we're talking about, boy, there's no burst from Emmett Johnson, and R. Mason Thomas is slow, and all the negative stuff that we could have had. We had a great dress rehearsal for what we needed to see as a fan base. I thought we saw the running game, we saw good plays from the young guys. That's what you want to see in the preseason. We're not sitting here saying this is a team that's going to set records and they're whatever the case is. This is a team though that I think really passed the first test with flying colors. I think for all the angst and anxiety that a lot of us have had since the end of last season, I think a lot of anxiety was released on Saturday knowing, damn, these young players are going to be very impactful for this team. And it looks like we've restocked this organization. That's what I'm taking away from Saturday's game. I'm not taking away it was against 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s. I'm taking away that whoever played for the Chiefs, for the most part, played their asses off. And I felt impressed after the first preseason game. That's exactly what you want in the preseason.
I'm also not holding the penalties accountable. Yes, there were some on the first drive. I get that. There was a really bad one on that screenplay to Rashard Smith that really killed the drive.
Yep.
But a lot of those penalties, in my opinion, are coming from the guys that are never going to play. Like Caliendo, I think, had 2 crucial holdings or whatever they were. There was a couple other backup linemen that had them. And, those are going to get cleaned up, I would think. I mean, those guys aren't, it's their first game of the season that they've actually played. And, we don't have Juwan Taylor here anymore, right? Like, he's not here to, jump early or, to not be in the right spot. So I think seeing what this team might have potentially with young superstars, maybe that is the wave moving forward for the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe it's time to, take a play out of the Royals playbook. Hey, I don't know if Jack can hit lefties yet. I don't know if this guy can play it, the first game against Denver. Gonna find out real quick if he can.
See, in football, it's funny. We just throw guys out there and let them go. In baseball, I don't think, but that's the right way to do it.
You have 53 guys.
Yeah, take the training wheels off. Let these guys go out there and play. Sometimes we coddle these athletes too much. Sometimes it's just throw them in the fire and see what happens. And it worked. It was good.
Right.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
That's right. It's one word on a Monday. It's brought to you by the Sand Trap. It's a great spot. It's got delicious food, cold drinks, TVs everywhere to watch all your favorite sports teams. It's located in the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South KC. Today on a Monday at the Sand Trap, you can get the Trap Club Wrap. Say that 5 times fast. It's a 14-inch tortilla with ham, turkey, bacon, shredded lettuce, cheddar cheese, cheddar jack cheese, that is, and diced tomatoes with your choice of ranch, chipotle ranch, or mayo. I suggest the chipotle ranch. Gives a little kick, and it's delicious. It also comes with fries or those delicious house chips for just $13. Also, if you're a fatty like me, they give you the option. You can get the $9 cheeseburger and fries and $1 off craft beers. All of that at the Sand Trap on a Monday. Mac?
Let's do it. We're talking Chiefs preseason. This was Cyrus Allen in the locker room after the game. Still taking it all in, being a Kansas City Chief.
It's surreal. I'm still learning and that I'm playing for the Chiefs, and I'm still looking at Pat like, damn, this Patrick Mahomes I'm around. So it's still surreal for me.
One word.
Surreal is the word that you will use there, because when you think about Cyrus Allen, when Patrick Mahomes started playing, he was 12 years old. He legitimately now grew up watching Patrick Mahomes win Super Bowls, make plays, be this dynamic quarterback. That's the guy Cyrus Allen grew up watching. That's the guy all of these rookies, for that matter, grew up watching. So to hear him say that it is surreal, it feels like, you know what? I ain't letting this guy down. And I like that a lot by Cyrus Allen. That was a good comment by him.
One word for me would be cool, but now I need that surreal feeling to move forward, right? Like, it was surreal, coming in here for the first time in this building and seeing people that I, had listened to my whole life, from Kling and Bob to Danny and Carrington to Jay and Henry. But now you work for them. You are their teammates. Now it's like the surreal feeling has to leave. Now make it surreal that you're a young player in the league that's now the number one target for Patrick Mahomes. So it's fun and fine that early feeling is there, but you're all teammates now and you have one goal, and that's to go be winners. So I don't mind it, right? But let that feeling go, right? Like, oh my gosh, that's Mac Morey over there? Yeah, that's cool for the first couple weeks.
Mac's awesome.
But after, eventually, it's got to be like, hey, Mac, what are you doing here? Are we going to start putting this together? That's fine.
Yep.
And it is crazy when Bob says that he was 12 years old when Mahomes stepped foot in the league.
Seriously. I mean, what is he, 22 or 3 years old?
23 years old.
Right? 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He's 13 years old when Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we're getting now, guys. Guys that are coming into the league now pretty much grew up watching Patrick Mahomes play football.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It feels like everyone grew up watching this guy play at KU because he was there so long. Undrafted rookie quarterback Jalen Daniels. He went off in his preseason debut, 10 for 15, 111 passing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. One word on the former Jayhawk.
Fun. You like to see that, right? That was kind of cool to watch him go out there and ball the way that he did because we didn't really get to see that in Lawrence all that much.
That was for Tampa Bay, by the way.
Yes.
I get, and you'll see him this week as well because the Chiefs play the Bucs on Saturday at 6:30.
Good point.
I do miss, maybe I missed this. There was a clip on Twitter that said, "This quarterback reminds you of anybody in the past?" Were they trying to reference Michael Vick?
Oh, wow.
I
didn't see that.
I don't
wow.
know. It said, who does this quarterback in the past
I'm trying to
remind
think
you
if
of?
he's with Tampa, though. Is there somebody with Tampa maybe that?
No.
No, there isn't really. No,
because he's not Josh Freeman.
He's not Tom Brady.
And he's not Randall Cunningham. I was like, can he just be Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
But no, I think it's fun because who's in a contract dispute in Tampa right now?
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah, Baker is, yeah.
What do you do, Tampa?
Yeah, well, we don't need to sign Baker. We got Jalen Daniels ready to take over. Oh, my God, that would be hysterical. But he's having a better weekend than the other Jaden Daniels did, right?
The KU guy is going to outplay the OU guy, and then on Baker's way out, full circle, crotch grab as he leaves Tampa.
Yeah.
Next quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baker Men's Wieners.
Jackson Dart going from quarterback to quarterback. Blue tent. Got absolutely walloped on a play. Running back missed a block, and he got blindsided. Now, including preseason games, Jackson Dart has made a trip to the Blue Medical Tent in 43% of his career starts. One word.
Sad. I mean, every time this guy gets tackled now, are we going to run over to the blue tent? And he was pissed after the game. Now, the hit that he got destroyed on was like a heat-seeking missile. This safety just destroyed him. But it was a great tackle. There was no reason to go to the tent on that. It was a perfect tackle. Total whiff by the running back. And if that offense is going to be the same that we've seen in Kansas City, that running back better pull his head out of his ass and not get his coach or his quarterback killed, or he won't be playing in that offense. Because as you know, the running backs need to block. But yeah, Jackson Dart, man, it's almost like it's just par for the course now. After every play, send Jackson to the blue tent.
Yeah, I think it's concerning, but also I would say my one word would be line. That offensive line, man. You've got to protect for that kid because you know he's going to be a rocket. He's going to move out there. He's going to, play fearless. But again, that was like, as soon as I saw the hit, I texted Bob, and I was like, so Dart just got absolutely rocked, and the first response was, running back missed the block. I said,
absolutely.
So he just missed the team. And then I said, blue tent, he's fine. I'm like, that's going to wear off really fast in New York Giants fandom of those people be like, it's just precaution. I don't know if it is. Man, I don't know. I mean, Dart, you got to protect that kid, man.
Yeah, unsustainable would be my word. I mean, that is not going to last long if he's just living in the blue tent, man. He's got to get out of there. Yeah, that was a terrible missed block by that running back. That was insane. I mean, the guy was showing blitz. You know he's coming.
It was a whiff. I've never seen a whiff like that, and the quarterback just got absolutely lit up. I was like, ooh.
Noah Cameron lit up the opponents last night. 9 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 runs, 8 Ks for the man himself. Noah Cameron, one word.
Star. That was a great performance. It's been great since he's decided to take matters into his own hands and start calling the games himself and start controlling his own career. And that's what I really love about Noah Cameron. He took his own career into his hands and said, screw this. I'm going out and I'm doing what I need to do for my career. Love Noah Cameron for that. He advocated for himself.
One word is ace. That's the ace of your staff next year.
I agree.
So, Bob, if you want to trade him last year, boy, could you get a package now for him. But you don't have anybody to pitch. So, Noah Cameron's the ace of your staff next year. Josh Vernier at 820, by the way, today.
But again, that should not be a reason to pass on a good trade because you failed at having people ready to go in the minor leagues.
Yeah, if the bullpen wasn't so, would be a great...
Historically bad is the two words you're looking for. Historically bad.
Yes. Be a great trade candidate if they didn't. They had other pitchers. They had other arms they could trust. That's too bad.
You thought the gas prices are high at Quick Trip. You got to look at them at the Royals bullpen. There's a lot of gas prices that are high up there. Everybody's got a can at $3.89.
From a young guy to rookie, how about this?
You would think with it being that expensive, they wouldn't want to waste it as much as they've done this year.
Well,
talk about historic. Joshua Baez. 3 home runs in his debut for the St. Louis Cardinals. 3! One word.
Historical. I mean, nobody's ever done it, ever, in the history of baseball. That was wild to see that happen.
Effing Cardinals, man. Every time. No, my one word would be spiritual, and I'm not going to get emotional or choked up, but it was really cool. And I heard this story later that day. So if you missed it over the weekend, the kid comes up, hits his first home run, 449 feet, hits his next pitch, not next pitch, but the next at bat hits a home run. And then in his third at bat, he goes opposite field. He told reporters after the game, there was a bumblebee floating around him the entire game in his debut. The man lost his father not long ago. So if you think there's not something up there in the sky, I suggest you take another look because that was crazy. It was nuts. Awesome. I don't know, man. It was really cool to see that, and then to see his minor league teammates watching from their own little area while he was playing, and when he hit the opposite knock, they're all freaking out. Never seen that before, man. That Baez kid, what a day, man. He's got 3 home runs in his debut. First pitch he ever sees, it's gone.
Boom,
and he's
450 feet.
I mean, yeah, just
what are you doing for an encore now, right?
Yeah, hitting 2 more, and the last one's going to go oppo. And oh, by the way, it's against our biggest rival in their ballpark that we get to do that too. But the bumblebee thing, man, the spiritual stuff is just, it's nuts, man. It's weird how that works. So, yeah, that was great. And good for that guy. 2 words, juiced balls. That is one word here on Monday on 96.5 The Fan. Again, brought to you by the Sand Trap. Great place with great food, great drinks, great specials, TVs everywhere to watch all your favorite sports. And it's located in the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South KC. Today on a Monday at the Sand Trap is the Trap Club Wrap, 14-inch tortilla with ham, turkey, bacon, shredded lettuce, cheddar jack cheese, tomatoes, your choice of ranch or chipotle ranch or just mayonnaise. Come with fries or the house chips for $13. You can also get the $9 cheeseburger and fries or $1 off craft beers. Coming up on the other side, we get back into what Eric Bieniemy's effect can be on this team because, boy, do I think camp's going to be hell today. 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Kyra Stoner, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, my friends over at Park and Go want to make sure your airport parking experience is the best you've ever had. And if you used Park and Go before, then you've already had an amazing airport experience. If you haven't used Park and Go, what are you waiting for, man? They're going to save you money. You're going to get all covered parking, and you're never going to have to worry about missing your flight or even getting back from your flight. Park and Go handles everything. And what I want you to do is pretty simple. When you make your flight reservation, then go immediately to bookparkandgo.com and make your parking reservation. Then you're going to prepay, because when you prepay, you're going to save money and get their lowest rate. Then you show up on the day of your flight, you give them that reservation number, and they'll direct you to the covered parking spot that they've reserved specifically for you. And before you even realize it, the van's there and you're on your way to the airport terminal. And you're there in no time at all, and you're relaxed. And when you get back, how about this? The van's waiting for you. So grab your bags, walk outside, jump on that van, and boom, right back to the trunk of your car you go. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Don't wait until the next storm reveals a roofing problem. If your roof is over 15 years old, schedule a free inspection with Century Roofing's award-winning team. With over 36 years of experience and 36,000 roofs installed, we've been voted Best Roofing Company in Johnson County 5 years running and Best in Kansas City 2 years in a row. Visit CenturyRoofingKC.com today. KC-based and female-owned. Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's 5 o'clock. Your employees are headed home, but you're still updating spreadsheets, switching between software, and wondering where the day went. There's a better way. Odoo brings accounting, sales, inventory, CRM, and more together in one fully integrated platform. So you spend less time managing software and more time running your business, because your workday should end eventually. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
When it comes to my policy, Farmers gives it to me straight, so there's no surprises.
It's your coverage. You should never be confused.
You hear that? An insurance provider with a conscience.
We're a choir, but yes, we have that too.
Straightforward coverage you can literally understand. That's what you get when
you have Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win. Like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Whether I'm setting up the ultimate tailgate or hosting a watch party, game day is all about the Chiefs and keeping it stress-free. That's why I go to Hy-Vee. They make planning a breeze with everything you need in one convenient stop. We're talking about tailgate trays packed with sliders, wings, charcuterie, sushi, appetizers, and those iconic Chiefs-themed cookies. Plus, a massive wine and spirits department to top off your beverage order. Let Hy-Vee handle the work. Just order online for pickup or delivery. It's a total game changer, only at Hy-Vee.
Back to school savings start now at Hy-Vee's 3-day sale. Stock up and save big this Friday through Sunday with hot deals in every department. Meat, produce, bread, cereal, and snacks. Want an easier way to shop? Order on the Hy-Vee app or at Hy-Vee.com. Choose pickup or delivery and we'll do the shopping for you. Save time, save money. Shop your way during the back to school sale this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 35 southbound bogs down at 435. Stays very heavy down to a little past 119th Street with an accident blocking the left lane. 71 northbound heading into downtown. Things are bogging down at the Paseo. Stay heavy into the downtown loop. 70 westbound into downtown slow from 23rd. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Friday, I think we should do yes or no again with preseason. Because I have a hunch. I don't have sources that tell me this. I feel like we're going to see 15 play on Saturday.
Nah.
Okay.
Now, because I heard something on the game broadcast, whether it was Trent or maybe it was Clark or somebody on that broadcast. It could have been Matt McMullen. Great job, Matt. Love you, brother.
Go, Matt.
Matt's so good at what he does. He really is. He's so good
great
at what he does. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, somebody did say on the broadcast, though, the goal, it may have been Andy, actually. The goal all along was to have him ready for week 1.
Yeah.
The goal was to have him ready for week 1. So that's kind of where I am right now with that.
Man, that'll just make the anticipation that much more.
Oh, I know, right? Think about it. It's like Christmas morning.
Oh, I can't wait.
You got to get your gift, right? You don't know what to expect.
Can we open one before Christmas?
We did. We had R. Mason Thomas, or we had Cyrus Allen.
Chris Jones for a snap.
Yeah.
Thanks. I got my socks.
Yeah, Chris Jones for a snap. That's night 1 of Hanukkah, right? You get a little gift. There you go. It's well and good. And then when the opener gets here, that's your final big present. You get what you've been wanting, right? I know kids like the Lego sets these days. Or what was the big gift when you were a kid, Mac?
Probably a game system.
Yeah, gaming system.
Gaming system. What about for you? What was the big gift when you were a kid? Like that big gift that everybody wanted.
Yeah, so it was either the Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
Then it was the Furby.
Yeah, yeah.
Furbies were huge. And then we found out it was the Russian spies trying to get into our houses. At least that's what we were told. So that disappeared. We never saw that again. That was like Reliant K, Mac. It was like, I was like, what happened to the Furby? Like, shorted out. it's gone. I'm like, okay. So, no, and then it was the Nintendo 64.
See, it's funny how the different generations have like different things. Like for Kling, he was the original kid with the ball and a stick. You know, you throw the ball up and catch it in a cup on a stick. Like that. That's how old he is. For me, it was like Fisher Price, the farm set or the car wash and stuff like that. And then, you know, I had the first Atari when that came out. So that was kind of a big gift back then, the Atari and the original Nintendo.
Was Pong your game?
No, Pitfall I liked on the original
Pitfall
Atari. Space Invaders was a lot of fun. Obviously, Pac-Man was the big game. And the Miss Pac-Man was great. I always loved Miss Pac-Man. Didn't care much for Pac-Man Jr., but I did like Miss Pac-Man. She was kind of hot. And, I mean, find me a hotter Pac-Man than Miss Pac-Man. There isn't one. You can't name one, right?
I don't know what to say to that. There's only one Miss Pac-Man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So she's the hottest.
What was your favorite food item?
As a kid?
No, in Pac-Man. Was it the pretzel?
The cherries, I mean.
Cherries?
The cherries. Yeah, I always like the cherries.
I always love the pretzel because I was like, is it soft?
Yeah, is it soft?
Is it a soft pretzel? Where's the cheese?
So Patrick will be the big gift you get on the final night of Hanukkah, the final present you unwrap at Christmas, the big thing that you wanted. No need to get that early. Have the big surprise. As I've told you guys before, you know, when we were having kids, somebody had told me about finding out the sex of the child, and they said, don't. And I said, why? They go, because you don't have many good surprises in life, right? Don't rush it. Just enjoy it as it comes and be surprised in a good way. I'm like, okay, cool. So we never found out the sex of our children. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Like, this is going to be a good thing when he comes on September 14th, 15th, 14th, whatever day that is, the opener. I don't need to rush it anymore. Just let me lead up and let me build up to when he runs through that tunnel and he's the final guy introduced. And now at quarterback, number 15 from Texas Tech, and you won't be able to hear anything after that because the stadium noise will drown out Patrick Mahomes running out to the field. I want that moment.
I will say I did see Travis on the sideline. Wedding ring on hand.
In the game.
In the game.
Yeah, let's see if
now
he's
didn't play.
Right, I'm going to see if he's playing and wears it. That scares me when they wear wedding rings. What if you get hit and you got it like, oh.
You can just get a rubber one.
We'll get into rubbers a little bit later on today.
Yeah, we will.
Somebody says, I've been angry every Christmas since '88 because I didn't get the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
There it is! That was a great gift! Yes! I love that gift. It was a great one.
Yep.
Yes!
Sega Genesis 1992. That was a big one for me. That was a big one. Now, I was lucky because a lot of those game systems come out in the summer, obviously. So my birthday was always August, so it was always a pretty big birthday present there for you. But maybe a big birthday present for this entire team is Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, it's gonna be hell. I know for sure, but we gotta clean those up, and we'll be good for sure. Our offense will be real clean.
Ain't a son of a bee out there that's ready for practice today. I can tell you that much. This is where I think we'll see, and we'll get this from Alex and Cody, who are at camp today up in St. Joe. I'm interested to see what practice today is. I don't think it'll be the 10-10-10 today because penalties have to be brought up, obviously. We saw what the team kind of showed us in that game against the Rams on Saturday afternoon. Now you're getting into the next game, which to me is the real dress rehearsal. Obviously, the third preseason game, in my opinion, is like all right, we're going to have tryouts. You're either making it or you're not. There's 53 spots on this roster. There's 65 of you here. There's now one big cut, not two like they used to do back in the day. So it'll be interesting to see something kind of interesting in that, like who's gonna, is this guy playing for his roster spot? But I think practice today in St. Joe and stuff like that, you're gonna see the effect of Eric Bieniemy because I'm sure there's some sort of something that they do when it comes to like every penalty equals this or whatever it may be. But the other thing that's interesting is to see what the personnel looks like out there and like where's Mansour Delane, what's Trey Smith's update, stuff like that is what I think is interesting.
Yeah.
But Bashard Smith, it's going to be hell.
It is going to be hell.
But the first word.
Yeah, it's going to be hell.
Yeah, you know what, though? It
Damn
needs
right.
to be. This is why you brought Eric Bieniemy back. This is the sole reason why everybody said you brought Eric Bieniemy back, right? The discipline, holding guys accountable. That first game, I don't care that they were the backups. That offensive line on the second roll had 8 penalties or whatever it was. Eric Bieniemy needs to light them up today. Again, that's why you brought Eric Bieniemy back. And if you don't nip this in the bud today, then it won't get nipped in the bud. And I kind of jokingly, Andy said, we'll clean that up. But Andy did say that a lot last year, right? With the penalties and stuff. And it never got cleaned up. And so having Eric Bieniemy back is kind of the guy who's going to be in charge of all that. Finally, having somebody on this team that's going to hold those guys accountable. He needs to hold those guys accountable today. So, quite honestly, guys, I'll be disappointed if there's not a lot of yelling and screaming from Eric Bieniemy to hold those guys accountable for those excessive penalties on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, you want to get those mistakes out early. And so having those mistakes in preseason is when you want to have them. This is like you have a dress rehearsal for a show, and yeah, you're gonna forget a line, you're gonna miss a cue, you're not gonna wear you're not gonna do the correct costume change. Like all those things are going to happen in the preseason, in the dress rehearsal, and then by the time the show kicks off, the lights turn on, you're ready to go.
But you got to make it a point of emphasis
absolutely.
now,
And that's what's going to happen. And I think that didn't happen as much last year, but this is what's glorious about this year or this month and these last couple of months for sports fans. You just kind of get to choose what's real and what's not. Mm-hmm. And I'm choosing to believe that those penalties are not real to what the starters are going to be on this team.
Right.
Now, we kind of all have PTSD, though, when it comes to that. We do have PTSD, penalty, traumatic stress disorder or whatever. But, we'll see what happens. But, I mean, it was Hunter Norzad, it was Driscoll, it was Caliendo. It was guys who will not see the field.
I understand, but the message still needs to be sent today to the entire team.
It's the Private Pile from Full Metal Jacket.
Exactly. Yep.
I have tried to teach Private Pile, but he has failed. Mm-hmm. Now all of you will suffer for his mistakes. One guy causes everybody. It's not, hey, today in practice, Hunter Norzad and Caliendo are going to run gassers until they puke. No, you're all running gassers until you puke because that's what St. Joe's about. That's what getting this team together is about, which is just one of those things that obviously I don't think we'll see a lot of. Now, again, we'll go back and we'll, rehash this, and Bob's probably put in his notebook already. August, 17th when the Chiefs play, or August 15th when the Chiefs played their first game, penalties were an issue. Just like when we talked to Vern last February, Carlos Estevez's, velocity is an issue. Mm-hmm. And then you go back to the season, what's the number one problem of the Royals this year? Bullpen.
Right.
Hopefully the number one problem with the Kansas City Chiefs this year is not penalties.
And it better not be, because, again, this is why you brought Eric Bieniemy back. This is his number one strength, is to hold dudes accountable. And it seemed like that's what they were missing last year. Even Clark at the beginning of the show, we played what he had to say about the mindset of this team. If you don't stress penalties and you don't stress that it's going to be a problem if you commit these penalties, then guys are just going to go out there and not really care and not think about it. And so they've got to be very cognizant of these penalties. And I expect Eric Bieniemy to be out there being the guy that he is, the guy that we brought into Kansas City. It's time to hold these dudes accountable. First game's under the belt. Wasn't great from a penalty standpoint. Let them know it, Eric.
Yeah, should be interesting, though, because, that's what it's always been, man. Like, it's always, like, first game, hey, here's what we missed. I don't know. I didn't play a lot of football in my life, maybe 2 years total, one in 8th grade, then never touched the field again because I wasn't built for it. I ain't going to sit here and lie to you. And I remember after, one of the first games, we had all these, first practice next week. I think we always played on Tuesdays? I can't remember. But I remember the next practice, it was always all right, 14 penalties. You guys owe me 14 runs. We can either do all 14 now at the start, we can do 7 now and 7 at the end. And I can guarantee you to this day, I remember we always did them to start.
So what was your run back then? Because I remember what ours was, and I hated it because I was fat, slow, and terrible.
We had full gassers and half gassers, and a full gasser was end zone to end zone, and then half gasser was sideline to sideline.
Okay, so what we did was we ran quarters.
Shout out to Homer Carter
and
Coach Johnson.
We had to start around the football field, and it's called quarters because it was a quarter mile sprints. Mm-hmm. And you had 90 seconds or something.
Oh yeah, you had time
to do it, and they timed you. And I just remember the veteran players just pushing me because I was so slow as a freshman. I hated those things. Hated them.
We had an obese kid on the team. His name was Keith. He's not anymore. He grew up in life, but I remember he never made the finish line. And eventually, we had to keep running. And for the first 2 times, it was "Damn it, Keith, get your ass across the line."
But that's not what they want you to do.
And then finally, 3 of the bigger dudes on the team grabbed him by the shoulder pads and dragged his big ass across the line to a point where it was that's what we need. That's the team we have. Break it down. And then practice was over. And then, and
the kids finally got it, know? So but that's what this is about. This is about going back to the high school days and making sure that these penalties don't become an issue. And if you emphasize it and make it a point to not become an issue, I don't think it will become an issue.
Somebody says we ran snakes. Snakes. Well, I don't know snakes.
What was
sideline to sideline every 5 yards down the field? It was insane.
Sideline to sideline every 5 yards?
Yeah. The worst we ever did.
Every line. Yeah, that's what we did in high school.
The worst.
So you actually. Oh God!
Yeah, the worst thing we had in high school basketball. Again, I only played 2 years. Is we had to do the slide drill, and everybody started on the corner of the court, and you just slid, and then when we were really in trouble, we had to run backwards with our hands up until the banners on the wall started flying. Oh, shoot, dude! Wow. I'll tell you what, wall sits were a cream puff when it came to running backwards with your hands up until the flags flew.
Running backwards with your hands. How many people fell? And I mean, like,
if you fell, you better get your ass back up.
Yeah, damn.
Somebody says you should have played high school and football in high school. Kelly didn't believe in conditioning. Too many of us could get tired. That's fair. I mean, when you win state titles,
you do whatever you want.
That's right. Shout out Blue Springs High School. All right, coming up on the other side, we get into some futures. What are your futures? We'll talk about it next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Monsoor Delane, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, guys, your joints are hurting you, right? And you're thinking, every day I got to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this joint pain anymore. And you go to the doctor and they say, well, your option is surgery. But once a joint's replaced, there's no going back. So that's why I want you to do your homework and get a second opinion from my friends over at QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Kansas City. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. The whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off on surgery, or in some cases, just avoiding it altogether. And that's why it makes sense to explore every option before making a decision that can change your life. Don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation are totally free. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
The summer heat can wear anybody out. But if you've been feeling drained even in the AC, it may not just be the heat. 1 in 4 men from age 35 to 50 has low testosterone or low energy levels, sex drive, motivation, mood, and more. Low T drains your energy and motivation, so you don't have energy for the things that you love and might even stop recognizing yourself anymore. So get the answers you need this summer for free. At Low T Center, you can book a free testosterone test and get a consultation from licensed providers who specialize in testosterone replacement therapy. You can explore a range of peptides and even get a jump on that summer body with GLP-1s and medical weight loss protocols. Low T Center has been the #1 name in TRT since 2009 for a reason. So why continue to wait when you don't feel like yourself? Don't spend another day wondering. Visit FixMyLowT.com to schedule your free testosterone test today. That's FixMyLowT.com.
You've pictured it. The garage door that finally makes your home look the way you want it to. And now get $500 back on a qualifying garage door with the Overhead Door Home Refresh rebate. Qualifying purchase must be made by September 30th. Let Overhead Door Company of Kansas City upgrade your curb appeal and get you up to $500 back. Schedule a free estimate at overheaddoorkc.com. Overheaddoorkc.com. Select models. Rebate paid as a Visa prepaid gift card. Restrictions apply. See website for full terms.
FanDuel is giving new customers up to $1,000 in bet resets. Bet $5 daily and unlock $200 in bet resets every day. That's right. New customers can place a $5 bet each day and receive up to $200 in bet resets, up to $1,000 total. Whether you're betting money lines, player props, or same-game parlays, FanDuel has you covered. Place your daily $5 bet and unlock up to $1,000 in bet resets. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, your home for home runs. FanDuel is the official partner of the MLB and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Minimum $5 wager required for 5 consecutive days. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bet reset tokens. Refund from token issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expires 7 days after receipt. Max refund $200 per day. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Useful tools and advice that work for your financial situation. That's a great call. Join Main Street Credit Union and get access to a whole coaching staff of certified financial counselors who can help you create a perfect financial game plan with our spend accounts. Real people, real progress. Visit mainstreetcu.org to see how we can take your financial game to the next level.
Rob Sight Ford, KC's Ford volume leader and top rated on Google. 135th and State Line. Rob Sight Ford, your 2025 Ford volume leader. Top rated on Google with 4.8 stars and 3,000 plus reviews. The best selection, best prices, and Kansas City's best customer service. Visit Rob Sight Ford at 135th and State Line. Buy right, save big, and drive home a winner. Only at Rob Sight Ford.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER, forward and back.
Almost Andy Reid here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door summer tune-up. Plus, get free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back. RENNER.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 35 southbound, bogs down at 435, stays very heavy down past 119th Street with an accident blocking the left lane. 435 southbound slow from Holiday Drive down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with ongoing construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Bucks this Saturday with pregame starting at 5 and kickoff at 6:30. All right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. In Odyssey Sports Station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's go up there?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
I love this time of year because you're either a whale or a gazelle. For those of you that get that reference, I appreciate your degenerate lifestyles. For those of you that are the whales, you wait until you move. You get to when's the first game? September 7th?
Your first NFL game? Yeah, something 8th, 9th maybe, something, whatever that Wednesday is, because the Chiefs play on the 14th, which is a Monday. Mm-hmm. So the prior Monday would be the 7th, Tuesday the 8th, Wednesday the 9th. Yep.
So a lot of people might be like, I'm going to wait until the 8th to make my bets. Whereas that would be the whale. The gazelle, you're already in, right? Max already got his futures. He's got his MVP. He's got all that. Mm-hmm. Well, now you can do this because during the week of August 31st to September 4th, we are going to be starting a new tradition called Futures Week. We will predict the Chiefs' record, the NFL division winners, Super Bowl matchup plus Super Bowl winner, and also the awards, so MVP, DPOY, OPOY, Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Rookie of the Year for Offense and Rookie of the Years too as well.
Did you make your predictions already on this, or do you wait until I would wait until probably Labor Day weekend, the first, Tuesday, because we still got 2 more weeks of preseason.
Correct.
And somebody could get injuries and cuts and moves and trades and all that kind of stuff. And so while you have an idea of what it is right now, I like to wait till the 53-man rosters are set, and then you really know, because what if somebody, what if all of a sudden Tyler Shuck has a knee injury and can't play this year? Well, then New Orleans is off for me.
What's the line from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Which one?
Well, your place.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody loses their quarterback. I don't care who your backup quarterback is. You're screwed. You're screwed.
Yeah, so I mean, it's.
You just want to get the odds when you can.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Because if you like the Saints 3 weeks ago was the time. Yeah, that's gone now.
Of course, yeah, because everybody's talking about the Saints right now, and that's how Vegas works. The Saints didn't get better. The Saints didn't change as a team. There's excitement around the Saints right now. So Las Vegas is looking at that and going, oh, we can get a lot of these suckers like Fescoe to bet money on the Saints that are going to win the Super Bowl. So let's, change the odds a little bit. And that's what they did.
And that's the other thing, too, is that, the thing that's kind of hurting my offensive player of the year that I wanted to go, because I want to go with Puka Nacua. But we saw that there was a suspension this weekend to the former Tennessee Volunteer, now James Atlanta Pierce. Falcon. He got 8 games.
That's a big one.
No challenge. He's going to take his medicine, check into
rehab.
What did
he do again?
Mac?
Yeah, dude,
it's like
it's so bad. I mean, he's domestic abuse, so bad, and the fact that he's getting, I mean, I don't know, he should not be in this league.
So
he shouldn't be in this league.
Oh, banished.
He shouldn't be in this league.
Okay, I guess I didn't do enough research on exactly what he did, so I'll look at that if you don't want to talk about it. But it's
I'd
domestic.
rather not get into it.
It's domestic abuse.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's ugly.
Yeah, you don't deserve to play in the NFL for that.
No, it's so bad, dude.
It's not good.
It's so bad, and he's gonna get. Yeah, it's just terrible.
And then Puka could get suspended because we saw that he had the incident where he was kind of being watched like a hawk after the whole biting incident and the whatever you want to call everything else he's done.
The anti-Semitic stuff.
Correct. And then he had the incident where he was at Fanatics Fest and ran through the glass and like all this other stuff. So who knows? Josh Jacobs, another one that, could possibly, because we did this last year with Rashee Rice. What's the suspension going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are saying there may not be any games. Some people are saying 4. Then it comes out at 6. So that's the other thing too. Like, let's say that, you want to wait. There's no issue with that. But like, even during the regular season, let's say that you see the opening line of the Chiefs and the Broncos. What is it? It's probably out there. Are the Chiefs favored by
3.5, I think is what it was when I saw originally.
So maybe you are a Broncos fan and you're like, man, right now we're getting 3.5. Well, what happens if later on in the, preseason, Bo Nix looks fine? Patrick Mahomes may not be playing, so they adjust that line to 1.5 to 2. Well, now you've got 1.5 more to play with. So it just kind of depends on where you want to go with it. But yeah, we will be doing that from August 31st to September 4th. So that's literally next week.
Yeah, I just hate picking teams early because we just don't know. Sure. Like, there's so much can change in the NFL.
But that's why the money's so much better, right?
Of course, yeah.
Right now, if you wanted to take what the MVP odds favorite right now are Josh Allen, I believe.
He's the favorite for the MVP this year?
That's right.
Didn't he win it last year?
No, Matt Stafford.
Okay.
He won it 2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay.
Yeah, but like a guy that maybe if you guys think that you're heavy on the Saints, maybe you throw a dart at Tyler Shuck to win MVP.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Which I'm sure he's at like 2,200 or something like that right now.
I bet he's. I mean,
it's
way more than that.
If they go 9-7, is he the MVP? We're not doing that in the NFL, right?
Yeah, he's 10,000 plus 10,000
plus 10,000. Okay. What does he have to do to get the MVP? Win the division? If they win the division, is he the MVP?
No. If you win the NFC South with 9 wins, you're not the MVP.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he's got to be amazing. They've got to win 13 games. He's got to be, over 4,000 yards.
13, okay.
12, 12 games,
okay.
4,000. I mean, we're talking about the MVP.
Yeah. No, I know what we're talking about, but sometimes I'm thinking more like, I guess, the Lions Mac of Coach of the Year, where a coach goes 9-7 and we crown the guy.
Totally.
Meanwhile, Andy Reid just, 11-5 every year, and everybody just looks at him like that's what he's supposed to do. What Andy does is harder than what any of these rum-dums do for 1 year.
Mahomes plus 1,300.
Yeah, and that's not a bad bet.
No, Mahomes, yeah. No. Yeah, agreed.
Because, 1,300, man, 10, you win 130, just like that. But, yeah, we can get to our futures later on in the week because we will do that a little bit later on. But coming up next, we talked to Josh Vernier about all things Royals plus what he thought of the 3-home run game for your debut. Here on 96.5 The Fan, you're home for Vern.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Emmett Johnson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are doing great things here in the Kansas City community. They're designing the whole skyline, and they want you guys to be a part of it as well. At the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, our mission is to build strong partnerships between our members, business partners, customers, and our community. And there is zero cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So if you're an architectural sheet metal contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for all of your project demands, timelines, and those economic conditions. And when you partner with us, you're connected to elite craftsmanship. Our members install metal roofing, siding, and decorative features on our region's most landmark buildings, like the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and that iconic crown at Kauffman Stadium. They provide the manpower specifically for the architectural sheet metal community. And there's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how to grow your business and your profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Bob Fescoe. Are high-interest credit cards and rising bills stressing your budget? You pay every month, but high interest makes getting ahead feel impossible. Your home's equity can help. A refinance with Golden Oak Lending consolidates debt into one manageable monthly payment, giving your budget room to breathe. Get a free mortgage checkup today. Call 913-890-GOLD or visit goldenoaklending.com. That's 913-890-GOLD. It's Golden Oak Lending, MLS 114937.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Johnny Dare. Everyone shopping New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Paola have been saving an unbelievable amount of money on brand new trucks, Jeeps, and SUVs that have slight cosmetic damage from the spring hailstorm. New Century has a wide variety of these vehicles left that are priced to sell. Save thousands and still receive all the factory incentives. Go see my friends at New Century Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram while these deals last. Remember, you'll always pay less in Paola.
See dealer for details.
Hey, it's the Lawman giving you a couple updates. Just settled a case for $1.175 million on a commercial vehicle accident, $750,000 on a motorcycle accident, $557,500 on a premise liability case. Call the Lawman. If you've been charged with a felony DWI, call the Lawman. You only got a short window to get the admin filed in Missouri and in Kansas. Call me now.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It shouldn't be based solely on advertisement.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and from changing seasons to unpredictable road conditions, having solid auto insurance gives you real peace of mind. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers dependable protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that's always there for you. And when you bundle policies or insure multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
The burrito is fire.
Hi, this is Maya.
And I'm Antonio. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito
is that it fuels our morning.
It's the full package.
You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns for a nice little crunch.
The chicken's always nice. It's crispy, it's juicy. And the cheeses, they melt together in a beautiful way.
And it gives me energy. It's perfect.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Jaden Hicks, and the best man player on the team is me, of course.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 35 southbound, very heavy from 435 down past 119th Street with an accident blocking the left lane. Missouri side, Blue Parkway westbound, pretty heavy approaching Nolan for about a mile. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Long-time listener and supporter of you because you tell it like it is.
Here's our Royals insider, Josh Vernier.
All right, back at it here on 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty with you. Mac Morey alongside as well. And it is time to talk to our Royals insider, Josh Vernier, as we do every single Monday at this time. Vern, how you doing, my friend? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How you been?
Yeah, can't complain. Can't come not as good as Noah Cameron's been doing over the last, couple of starts. Why did he take so long to decide to take his own career, if you will, and advocate for himself into his own hands?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with just the norms of baseball, right? I mean, for most of a pitcher's career, especially when you become a professional, you're used to relying on that catcher and having him kind of guide you throughout the game. But when Noah finds himself on the verge of being sent to AAA. Honestly, if it wasn't for the injuries left and right in this rotation, Noah may have been optioned down to Omaha earlier in this season. But because of those injuries, he stuck around. He also has self-awareness, so he understood that, A, I'm struggling. B, the organization is starting to get fed up with my struggles, so much so that they're putting Beck Way in front of me, right? Beck Way serving as an opener in front of Noah Cameron. So he, like you said, takes charge of his career. And, with the pitch clock and the pitch calm, right, knowing that the pitchers can call their own pitches, that also lends itself to, like we see with Lugo, like we see with Waka, the pitchers calling their own pitches. So why did it take so long? I would say partially just because that's baseball, but maybe even larger because the technology now makes it so much easier and almost demands it, right? And because of that pitch clock, you can't be hemming and hawing and shaking and now next pitch, now next pitch. You need to get up there with conviction and throw it. And how can you be more convicted than calling your own pitches? So credit to Noah Cameron for putting even more pressure on his shoulders, because to me there isn't a more culpable baseball player than the starting pitcher calling his own pitches. There's nobody that says put all the pressure on me more so than a pitcher doing that. And since Noah Cameron made that decision with the guidance of the coaching staff, he's been statistically the best pitcher in Major League Baseball. So much so that for the first time last night on the postgame show, I'm wondering, is Noah Cameron a top 3 pitcher on a contending team? I'm not there yet. Some Royals fans are. I need to see what he does in these final 6 starts. But, man, how nice of a feeling would that be to get to the offseason and feel confident that Noah Cameron can be one of your top 3 arms?
Vern, it would be outstanding to answer your question, but I guess now with the technology that we have, and you make a great point on that as well, it kind of changes everything. Why don't we have more pitchers calling their own games? Because they know how they feel. Like you no matter what the catcher says.
And you can read the hitter.
Yeah,
You can read the hitter swings from that spot on the mound.
Yeah, so I think it makes a lot of sense now with the pitch comm to allow these guys to go out there, because I want a pitcher throwing a pitch that he is convicted with, not a pitch that somebody else is telling him to throw that maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable in throwing today.
Well, some pitchers don't put in the same amount of work that Noah Cameron does in between starts, and you have to imagine that he has learned quite a bit from Michael Waka, who is the most diligent worker in between starts that I've ever seen at the big league level. So first and foremost is, not everyone is as dialed in, as hardworking, as studious as Noah Cameron. There's also some guys that are, I always think of Matt Strahm, now the former Royal. He would talk about, I like being brain dead out there on the mound. I want my catcher to tell me what to throw because I'm confident in everything. So I want someone to guide me. I don't want to think too much. I just want to react and do what comes natural. So you also have that faction of big league pitchers that have always been guided by a catcher. Or sometimes the catcher is smarter, right? And that's not to knock Carter Jensen or Salvi or Luke Maile. That's a reflection of just how much work you're seeing Lugo and Waka and Cameron put in between starts. But, youth, inexperience, a lack of knowledge, plenty of reasons as to why a young pitcher wouldn't necessarily feel the type of confidence, wouldn't feel as prepared as you would certainly need to be to say, hey, catch, thanks, but no thanks, I got this one.
90% confidence, 10% skill. Yeah, so, Vern, let's have a conversation about my guy, Jack Caglione. What have you seen since the All-Star break, what this unit has really done at the plate?
Well, I think the best way to answer that is, Jack Caglione is drafted in July of 2024. He is rushed up to the big leagues. He's called up to the big leagues in 2025, June of 2025. So less than a year after being drafted, he's in the big leagues. And if you go back to the beginning of June 1st, Kaggs is one of the 10 best hitters in Major League Baseball. So he's drafted in July of 2024, makes it to the big leagues in 11 months, and 12 months after that, he's one of the 10 best hitters in Major League Baseball, or starting a run in which he's going to become one of the 10 best hitters in Major League Baseball. So I don't think anything really clicked other than experience, confidence, failure, work, and repetition. Again, in 1 year, less than 2 years after being at the University of Florida, the guy is everything you wanted him to be, maybe more, but he's everything that you hoped he would be. So I hate. There's just no way it was a tweak. To me, it's just the natural progression of an uber-talented possible superstar in this game. Now, you want to get nerdy about it. You heard Seth Lugo this weekend talk about, Kaggs, again, because of that experience, understands that pitchers are now preying on his aggressiveness. That's why, and we've known that. We've known that Kaggs is always going to expand the zone because he's such a big, strong dude that he doesn't need to stay married to the strike zone. But he was expanding a tad bit too much. And teams were feasting on that aggressiveness, but he's been able to rein it in. And I think that was always expected. Again, he's just too good, too talented, too strong to not be one of the best, not just on the team, but one of the best in the American League. And here we are with 30-some-odd games to go, and he has a chance to wrap this season up as the best hitter on this team, which is saying something because 2 years ago, Bobby Witt Jr. was viewed as the best all-around player in Major League Baseball. And his bat was a big reason why. But, 2 years later, Jack Caglione might be the best hitter on this team moving forward.
Am I hyperbolic to say he's going to be the Royals Player of the Year?
No. I mean, he's been there. Mm-hmm. Game one, knock on wood, hopefully up until game 162. And, the longer I'm around the game, I appreciate the guys that post every single day. I appreciate the pitchers that take the ball and eat up innings more than ever. So he's likely to end the season with the most home runs. He could catch and pass Bobby for the most base hits. He could have the best OPS on the team and the most RBI and the most extra base hits. He's been a fine defender. I mean, you saw the base running this road trip was also extraordinary. Yeah, he's got an outstanding case. The only defense that Bobby has is, I'm the best shortstop in all of baseball. Not to mention, even though I didn't need a rehab assignment and I hit the IL, he's come back and he's still, Bobby Witt Jr., still batting .304 since returning from the injured list, 12 runs in 12 games. So Bob's still one of the 5 best players on the planet. The only reason I would give that award to Kaggs is because he hasn't missed any time.
What does the organization have to do this offseason, though, to make sure that Bobby and Kaggs are happy and do want to be here long term? How do we start moving that forward now, Vern?
I think the same way to make you happy and to make Dusty happy, and that is give us some pitching. Give us a real reason to believe that this team can compete in the American League Central. And I hate to consistently assume that the division's going to be down and that a 500 record's going to be good enough to do it.
Right.
But you know what? Fine. I'll go along with that. I still need a lot of pitching to believe that the Royals can compete in a average American League Central. If Bobby, Kaggs, they have Carter, they have Vinny, hopefully Mike Cal, hopefully those guys are all coming back over the course of this homestand. Yeah, I don't think that those guys look around and say we need help in the lineup or defensively or on the base paths, but the numbers scream we need help pitching-wise. And as we've talked about for the past few weeks, it certainly seems as if this organization believes they can make the type of moves to improve this pitching staff and get them back into contention in 2027. I'll tell you what, I don't know if I buy it, but Noah Cameron, obviously if this continues, it would be a big help for the team next season. It's just, I'm sorry, I've just never viewed Noah Cameron as a guy that you give the ball to in the postseason. I always viewed him as a guy that helps you get through 162, can eat up a lot of innings, and can be a key contributor to a winning ball club. But giving him the ball in a playoff game, he's that now? I'm not there yet, but boy, I can't wait to watch his next start against the Detroit Tigers.
So we know that there's the contract of Bobby Witt Jr. that has the opt-out. What does – God, such a horrible loaded question. Obviously, the lockout is a possibility. Obviously, the superstardom of Jack Caglione is fully engaged. Having him stick around for the next 7 to 8 years and giving him that contract, you got to think maybe that's something that shows Bobby Witt Jr., hey, this team's serious.
Yeah, I think Bobby's contract that he received showed him that this team is serious. That spits in the face of what this organization normally does. But yeah, if they were able to break off a deal for Cags, that number would be eye-popping. And honestly, I don't think Cags would sign right now. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
if I was advising him. Because if I'm Jack Caglione, shoot, man, I think I could hit the All-Star break next year with 20, 25 home runs, and I could be in All-Star. And, man, if I can do that on the heels of what I've done here in the second half of the season, that's basically a 162-game stretch of me being a 40, 50 home run guy, and that's going to add another $100, $200 million to my contract. So if I'm Cags, I'm waiting, right? Because you see what J.J. Weatherholt and Connor Griffin and a few other of his draft classmates received. If I'm Cags, I think I'm better than all these dudes, and I want a lot more money. So maybe next offseason for Cags. But, yeah, if I'm Bobby Witt Jr. and I see the Royals break off another, 9-figure deal for a 23-year-old, you just don't see Cleveland or Milwaukee. You don't see Tampa. You don't see the consistently good small market teams doing things like that. So, yeah, if the Royals were able to convince Cags to fork over a few of his free agent seasons, no doubt that would get the whole city juiced.
Yeah, I just don't think that's a smart move by the Royals right now, based on where they are in this current system of baseball. Yeah. Like, they've got so many
uncertainty.
And they've got so many other needs, Vern. Like, I think even talking to Cags after this season about a long-term contract is stupid, because I don't think it's money well spent at this time with where the organization is.
And, yeah, the uncertainty of, I don't think that they're going to win and get a salary cap, but if they do, boy, I mean, you're already giving Seth Lugo $20 million next year and likely another $20 million in 2028. Bobby Witt Jr.'s contract's going to jump up to $30 million in 2028. Maikel Garcia is going to be north of $10 million in 2028. I mean, these are
big numbers, dude.
Yeah, big numbers for Kansas City. Now, I'm not trying to, pinch pennies for John Sherman, but I'm also not an idiot. Those are huge numbers. At least in the 20 years 15 years I've been covering this team. So if you throw in a $10 million, $15 million for Jack Caglione, John Sherman's really about throwing that money around, and I just don't see it.
As long if you want to sign these guys, fine, but as long as it doesn't take away from doing the other things that are necessary to build a ball club, is where I am with that.
100%, yeah. Because the moment they say, "Hey, well, we couldn't finish off this bullpen because of Bobby's contract," that's when we revolt.
That's exactly
That's when you get angry. Well, you're like, "Hold on. Are we in this to win, or are we?" Pinching pennies here. Yeah, once you start saying, hey, remember how we celebrated all these contracts? Well, now these contracts are the reasons why we're losing. Once that happens, well, then the entire plan of the front office and the organization starts to blow up.
So when we see this team moving forward, because, in this market, to get guys, you're going to have to give up guys. Is Vinny safe, and is Blake Mitchell safe?
No, but I wouldn't think that if you are so very dead set on winning in 2027, nobody should really be safe outside of those top three hitters, the 23-year-old Jensen, Caglione, and the great Bobby Witt Jr. Everybody else. But as far as Vinny, see, to me, the issue with Vinny is this. Now, hopefully he's back tonight. But I have absolutely zero expectations for Vinny offensively in this final month of the season. I've just seen this hamate surgery. When it happens in season, guys, I just struggle to find guys that pick it back up offensively. Jose Ramirez hasn't been the same, and I'm listening to their play-by-play announcer, the Hall of Famer Tom Hamilton, talk about how Ramirez isn't going to be the Hall of Famer Jose Ramirez for the rest of the season. Not after that surgery. Guys just don't feel comfortable. They don't They not only do they not feel comfortable, I mean, there's also a pain in the wrist that they feel when they're at the dish, when they're out there defensively. I remember Blake Mitchell last year. He also dealt with the hamate bone surgery and wasn't the same. So, I don't think that Vinny can get his trade value back to a place, certainly not to where it was last offseason. And if I'm the Royals in this small market that you acknowledge, I don't think it's smart to trade someone when their stock is low. And I can't imagine how Vinny can get his stock back to a place where this offseason is the time to move him. Maybe next offseason, maybe next trade deadline. But, him and Michael, I'm not opposed to using them as trade bait, but I'm not going to get with the idea of moving them when their stock is Vinny's stock is as low maybe as it's been, right? I mean, it's his worst season. Michael's stock with a hand injury, that stock is low. So, no, those two shouldn't feel safe. The only reason they should is because of those injuries and because of that lowered stock. Blake Mitchell, his stock has taken a hit, but he's a prospect, and you can deal with that. Any prospect, I'd be willing to move. Reed Detmers was a guy that I was talking about going into that start on Saturday, saying, Royals fans, keep your eye on this guy. He's got 2 years left of team control. I would love to see the Royals make an acquisition of Reed Detmers, and then he went out there and struck out 11. 2 years of team control for Detmers. I'd give up one of your top pitching prospects. I'd give up Blake Mitchell. You bring him here with a Waka, a Lugo, a Noah Cameron. Okay, you're starting to make me feel a little bit better about 27 and 20.
Well, and to the Angels with a new, general manager, I mean, you would have to think everything on that roster is kind of open for, debate and having conversations about. And so I would absolutely be out there fishing in the Anaheim pool if I were the Royals at this point in time. But you made a kind of an offhand comment, Vernon. I wanted to circle back to it. You don't think there's going to be a salary cap by the time this is all said and done?
I would just be surprised. I'd be shocked if the union, if ownership was able to break this union, right? It's the last one that's still standing strong. They have plenty of evidence on their side, right? The Yankees just take on some private equity that has them valued north of $10 billion. I know the Yankees and Dodgers are playing different games, but if I'm the union, no, they're playing the same game. You guys are making plenty of money. We don't need a salary cap. It's going to cost us billions of dollars. Now, I get the argument for a cap and a floor and how it could better the game. My only pushback to that is I don't think baseball can rise any higher than where it stands currently in our American entertainment landscape. I think baseball, just like the NBA and the NHL and MLS, they are where they're always going to be, if not, if anything, they're going to drop. But I think all those sports are what they're always going to be because the NFL's only getting bigger day by day.
So, Vern, what happens then if there is no salary cap and salary floor? How does this whole thing end up? And if they do miss a lot of time, how do you win your fans back if you do come back after an extended period of time with no cap or floor?
No kidding. Yeah. I'm frightened to see how it goes. I'm wondering how long the game of chicken will last for the owners, but it really comes down to them. How dead set are they on the salary cap, on the salary floor? Do they capitulate, as we get towards the end of March into April? We'll see. Listen, I'm not silly enough to think that this season's going to start on time, but I still believe we'll play the All-Star game. I certainly believe we'll still have the postseason. And honestly, I don't think owners care all that much if we miss the first month of the year. The weather's terrible.
Then lop it off to begin with.
Anyway.
Then let's just get rid of 30 games to start with the season.
Please.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I'm with that.
Yeah, if the owners don't care, then get rid of them.
I capitulate to that.
I agree. I'm with that. 162 doesn't make sense.
No, not anymore. It doesn't.
You know what also doesn't make sense is your major league debut and you hit 3 bombs.
And the first pitch. Did you hear one this? swing, home run? Obviously, there's a lot of money to be made, but how boss would it be? Hit that home run and never pick up a bat again.
Yeah, it's like if I ever get a hole in one, Vern, I'm done. I kid.
That's not true.
No, it's
You're
not.
not
I'm
done.
addicted to everything in life,
Right.
including you. But no, I thought it was cool. Did you hear the story about how the bee was following him around the whole day? So
no, I saw a picture of him hugging his ma.
Yeah, so he lost his
father.
he lost his father, right? And then the whole day there's like this bee that's following him around and, connect the dots. I thought that was
I
kind of
love that stuff.
right? And that's just baseball 101, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, Cardinals player in Wrigley, biggest rival, 3 home runs debut. I don't know how it gets any better than that.
Oh, man, that bee, I didn't know about that. I love that.
It's a good story,
I
isn't it?
love that, especially, if him and his old man, if they
Right.
had, they kind of needled each other, how sweet would that be?
Oh, it's insane, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, man. Is I didn't look. Is Kurtz still out?
Is who?
Nick Kurtz? Because I know the A's are coming.
Oh,
to town.
yeah. Oh, Royals are huge favorites tonight.
So I have a chance to redeem myself?
Well, I don't know, because the guy starting for the A's is the guy you gave up to acquire Lucas Urseg, so I'm sure he has redemption.
Who
on
is
his
that?
mind. Mason Barnett.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's up. But yeah, I really wanted to see Kurtz do BP and then Cags do BP because, the storyline that follows those two guys' career the rest of the time. I mean, could you imagine that in Kauffman Stadium?
And Mason Barnett is a righty, so Cags could get real nice tonight.
Oh, okay, I'm going to get on my app right now. Vern, we appreciate it. I'll see you Thursday, buddy, and then I'll come by tomorrow night and say hi to you as well.
All right, guys. Appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Love you.
See you, Vern.
Capitulate. I like that word.
Capitulate.
I'm going to save that for the rest of the time. To surrender. To give in. To end resistance.
Capitulate.
Did you know that word?
Mm-hmm.
I forget how smart you guys are. Did you know that word? Gosh,
I did know that one.
All right, I'll go get educated. We'll get back on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan. You're home for...
Capitulate.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Noah Williams, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for the Chiefs, 96.5 The Fan.
My friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control want to have your front lawn looking awesome just like they did for us. And ours wasn't great to start. It was terrible. It was the worst lawn on the block. I'm not going to lie. It was terrible. It was awful. It was the worst thing that we could have ever had in our front yard. And Aspen came out and they looked at it and they went, you know what? This lawn does stink, but you know what? We'll fix it. And we'll fix it in no time. And here we are now, year 2 with Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And our yard is the best on the block. It's greener than everybody else's. It's nicer than everybody else's. I'm not going to lie. I go on my walks and I look at the other yards and I go, you got some weeds there. You got some crabgrass there. You need to get Aspen Lawn and Pest Control out to your house. And if you do have those problems with your yard, they're going to help you just like they did for us. It's the college-educated professionals that know everything about growing grass right here in Kansas City. And then get that mosquito dome put up and keep the mosquitoes, the ticks, and the fleas out of your yard so you can enjoy all of Aspen's hard work. Right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The appetite for destruction returns. Guns N' Roses. World Tour 2026. One night. Morton Amphitheater. This Wednesday night. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Heartland Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Future therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Fire up the grill. It's football season, and Booth Creek Wagyu is beefing up your game. When you buy 10 pounds or more of our legendary Booth Creek Wagyu ground beef, you'll get it for the unbelievable price of just $8 a pound. That's America's most premium ground beef at grocery store prices. And don't forget our world-class Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and free samples available at our 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, inside the Deer Creek shops. And we're always open at boothcreekwagyu.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 35 southbound, still very heavy. Hit delays at 435. Stays slowed down past College Boulevard, but the earlier problem at 119th has cleared. Missouri side, 169 highway northbound, bogs down out of downtown. You get across that bridge, and it stays heavy with construction for about a mile. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
As we move on, somebody says, Dusty, I know you like to stir things up. You should go out and tell Cody that the Pat McAfee album is actually not bad, which it actually isn't. He looked like a freaky lunatic on Friday when Drew and Gold kept playing it and they kept telling him he was jealous. He said it sucked.
Oh, he's definitely jealous of it. BBL stinky.
I wish I could. I
haven't listened. I can't find it on iTunes.
Well, that's probably best. I will not listen to it. I have no opinion on the album because I haven't listened to it, but I do think that ESPN has officially jumped the shark with Pat McAfee. But I do love the suggestion. Anytime you want me to stir things up, please let me know. That's my role. But unfortunately, I can't do that today because Cody and Alex are in St. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be joined by Nick Bolton after practice today. Max already sent Alex a question, said, does he worry about Bassa? I'm kidding. He didn't send that. But Nick Bolton will be with Alex and Cody after practice today. Andy Reid will talk. Ogbo will talk. Melvin Smith, Jared Wiley, all at the podium. So
Who the hell's Melvin Smith?
Mac?
Big special teamser, and he looked really good in the secondary. We talked about Cater Cahu, one of the guys they signed in free agency.
Was he a second half guy on Saturday?
He was in there in the first half. No, he made some plays. Yeah, he's a guy, as far as I've been seeing the first 53-man roster predictions come out. He's a guy that people are saying is going to make it over Cater Kohu, which was a guy that Brett Veach signed in free agency this season. So, yeah, exciting.
We got a first-time listener. What's the backstory behind the BBL stinky sounder that Bob says? It's like once a week. So
BBL stinky.
Somebody said Cardi B had a stinky BBL. She said it don't stink. I take care of it. And then Bob just happened to do that in the Fescoe way.
Yeah, she said her BBL didn't stink.
Such a good moment.
I mean, it really was. It's a good show moment, good life moment.
No one saw it coming.
Yeah. What'd you talk about today, guys? Well, we talked about Cardi B's BBL not smelling. Oh, okay. How did that work out for you? BBL stinky. Instead of that, let's talk about Missouri mothers.
Okay. I mean, I sent this to you guys. I don't know if you'd seen it before I sent it to you, but I mean, it's absolutely great.
It happened to me.
Okay. So this is, this comes from Mizzou Parents and Family. An anonymous person put this on. It says, okay, this is probably a little awkward to ask, but here we go. This is a story that got posted on X. I've been reading through posts about getting our sons ready for college dorm life, including all of the supplies and medications they might need. And I've noticed a lot of moms mentioned picking condoms for their sons. As a mom, I'd like to put a couple of boxes in my son's things too, just in case. But honestly...
Good. Let's pause right there. That's smart. Good job by mom.
100%.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, yes, there is.
But honestly, I have no idea what size to buy. He's a pretty small guy. He weighs about 121 pounds. For those of you who have sons around the same size / build, what size condoms do you usually buy? And how do you actually tell what size they are when you're looking at the package?
Well, it says S, M, L, XL on them. It's like a T-shirt.
For those of you who have sons around the same 2 build, what size condoms do you usually buy? And now, do you actually tell what size they are when you're looking at the package? I think she's talking about the condom package. My son doesn't have a girlfriend, and he's generally not very comfortable talking to me about things like sex or how to use condoms. So I'm not really comfortable asking him directly. I was thinking I'd just...
You'd never ask your son what size condom he needs, Mom, ever.
No.
I was thinking I'd buy some and quietly put them in his luggage just in case he ever needs them. Any advice from moms who have been through this would be greatly appreciated. Hey, son, you got a hog? What size you need? Not sure. Like, you know what I mean?
Like I appreciate mom doing that. You got to take care of all of that kind of stuff. But you don't
He's
go
a
to
small guy.
Why are you going to a message board? Why are you going to the message boards with that?
Luckily, it was anonymous.
But even still.
That's the line of the entire post. He's a small guy, space. He weighs about 121.
100? How much do you weigh?
165.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
But he's not a small guy. I've seen Mac.
Medium, yeah.
But I'm
Men's
like,
wieners.
you are a smaller guy, though. Like 121 pounds
That's
for an
small.
18-year-old? That's tiny.
Yeah.
Right?
I haven't weighed that in a long...
Like, that's tiny,
way
tiny.
college. Yeah.
Well,
that's
maybe
small.
he's got a crank.
In fact, I wrestled in 8th grade. I wrestled 120.
Okay, so that's a small guy going to college. So I'd like to see, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you with your parents?
Oh God, where do I start? I mean, I've had an embarrassing story before, like just with me and my dad. Like I used to have, my parents were divorced, so we had, split households. And one day my mom was coming to pick me up, and my dad had already been home. And my dad's gonna hate me for saying this story. But he was upstairs changing out of his work outfit. He used to work for a paper company called Expedex. It used to be Nationwide Paper, for those of you that are in Kansas City for your whole life. He comes downstairs, he's in his boxer briefs, they're white. And he asked me this question. Have you seen my hammer? As in, like, he's trying to put stuff up on the wall. And I said, Dad, I got to leave. And I was like in 8th grade. I get in the car and I'm disheveled. I'm looking down and my stepdad's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, my dad just asked me if I'd seen his hammer. And he's in his briefs. And we got to get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? But I mean, he wasn't talking about the unit, the tool. So that was pretty tough.
Why was he hanging pictures or whatever he was in his underwear?
I think he just randomly thought about it and was getting ready to put on some clothes because the laundry room was downstairs. Their room was top.
Yeah.
Have you seen my hammer? Says Dad. Well, that's great.
Mac, what about you?
I don't don't really have any
Your parents
crazy
never embarrassed you or did anything like that? No.
Mom's over involved sometimes, shows up to everything, but that's not really embarrassing.
That's not embarrassing,
no, it's
though.
Just, she loves me and she's
that.
there. Yeah, it's great. No, I love that.
The day they
Thankful for
don't
that.
show up is the day you get upset.
Of
Like,
course.
oh man, I did something. My overly involved mom isn't here.
Yeah,
Where is
that
she?
would be
You
bad,
know?
right?
That would suck. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like did you get the talk?
No.
The talk? Well, yeah, Dad.
I
gave me
didn't
the
get
talk.
the talk. Like I didn't want it, but I was into wrestling, and there was this character named Al Snow, and he had a mannequin head. Well, you know how wrestling is, man.
Yeah.
They throw innuendos out there, and his theme song was "What Does Everybody Want?" And it was this mannequin head, and he'd come out here and shake it. And I'm in the back of the Astro van leaving Minsky's on 7 Highway in Blue Springs for all of you that lived out there and know that area. And I'm just in the back singing 13 years old, "What does everybody want?" Head. And my mom hit the brakes so hard. Stepdad's like, "You know what that means?" And I'm like, "No." My mom's like, "You'll know when we get home," because she was that lady. God rest her soul. If I said anything, nurse, dude, right?
Well, you got that's the right way to
So
parent.
my mom would just be like, "Do you know what that means?" I'm like, "Yeah, he has a mannequin head that he comes out with that he hits people with and it knocks him out."
I mean, we talk about everything in our house. I think you have to talk about everything. If you hide stuff and act like it's not that, or act like it's a big deal, then it's like your kids are going to think it's a big deal. It's like the drinking age in this country, right?
Totally.
Everybody gets out of control because they're not allowed to do something.
Agreed.
If it's part of the culture like it is in Europe, you don't have these drinking incidents that
Yes.
take place. And so I think as a parent, you have to talk to your kids and let them know this stuff is a fact of life. It's not that big a deal. We're not going to hide this kind of stuff. I mean, we used to have a drop on this show, and I don't even remember where it was, is my mom, you know, like, because I think Kling asked her one time, what did he do that was bad and about sex or something like that. And she said he wanted to know what the lady was fixing her hair the other day on QVC, what she said. And she goes, well, he'll have to ask his father that one. And so, I mean, those are the kind of moments, you know, my mother bought me my first cup when I was a child, and it was like an extra large. And so I'm 6th grade running around with this extra large cup in my pants. You know, my mother announced,
guys, you got one too?
No, but it wasn't like that. You couldn't walk back then.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
You know?
Well, imagine having an extra large unit. You can't walk very well with that either.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing that, you know, she announcing to, you know, a graduation party from high school that I still had not had armpit hair yet and things of that nature.
gosh.
So
She's a saint.
I mean,
Oh, Lord.
you know, but other than that,
First time I ever met her, you look much better in person.
Yeah.
What do I look
Hey.
like on camera? I have so many questions.
and Mac, you'll get some moments here, I'm sure. I mean, I'm surprised your mom hasn't embarrassed you.
I mean, the fact that this kid's mom said, as a mom, I'd like to put a couple of boxes in my son's things
Good.
too.
It's good mom.
Just in case. But honestly, I have no idea what size to buy. He's a pretty small guy.
Yeah, at least you're buying for one, lady.
You can go to a restaurant, get those little finger condoms. I mean, there's that, or there's, you know, maybe everybody's favorite local news channel.
That is if you can provide yourself with food, and again, they're ice fishing because everything is frozen, and you're looking for fat in the beaver.
Yeah.
The beaver is the beaver is the most sought after.
It is.
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver?
I mean, it reminds me of talking to Ned about the beavers back in the day. And Ned was always talking about the beavers are the hardest working animal out there. You don't want to be too hard on the beavers, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Always
And-
reminds me of the Naked Gun.
Oh, yeah. Nice beaver. Thanks.
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver?
Okay. Good day, Detroit. That's where that audio comes from. Bob? I don't know what size to buy him. He's a small guy.
He's a small guy.
Man.
That poor guy, dude.
That sucks.
Why does that remind me of like Road Trip when Kyle gets the girl? Have you seen Road Trip? When he goes to the fraternity party?
One of the grossest scenes in movie history.
What'd you do, Kyle? Kill a cheetah? See if Reggie has a condom to the right in the thing underneath the glass case. Knew exactly where it was. Coming up next, real things from the preseason. I promise no more condom talk here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Last amount of clock on it as possible, right?
Didn't
see that coming. Did I say clock?
Good morning, Kansas City.
It's Peter Woods, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer's rolling along, and that means the heat's going to stay there, which means you need to cool down with a Surfside. You know what I'm talking about. You go out to the K, you're watching the game, zero bubbles, zero troubles in your hand with a Surfside. Grab a delicious Surfside today. It's only 100 calories, and the best part is zero bubbles. That means there's zero troubles. So it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game or hanging at the tailgate. Also, ask for Surfsides at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
It's August and the kids are going back to school, but the parents are going back in time because at Low T Center, we're turning back the clock and bringing the energy and vitality of your youth back. If you've been dealing with low energy, low sex drive, or lack of motivation, those are telltale signs of low testosterone. So don't ignore it. Go to fixmylowt.com and book an appointment for your free T-test today. And if you qualify for treatment, we accept insurance, so don't delay. Visit fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com today.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Why wait until January to make a big career change? You can get started today. At Centric, you can build job-ready IT skills in months, not years, with live instructors, hands-on experience, and career support focused on helping graduates connect with local employers who are currently hiring. Employers know what Centric training represents. Don't spend the rest of 2026 wondering what's next. Start now and step into the new year with a new direction. Centric gives you skills that move you forward. Visit Centric.com today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Northland 29 northbound bogs down briefly at the merge with I-35. You get up past Davidson, you're back to posted speeds. Heading on the Kansas side, 35 northbound, a brief slow spot from College Boulevard. Some off again, on again, taps the brake up to 435. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
We're making all of our season-long NFL predictions during Futures Week, starting August 31st, right here on 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Can't disagree here more. From the 913, that mom should just get a variety pack.
Yeah, I'm going to say I don't think the variety pack goes with different sizes, though. What's the point of that? You know, you're not buying for the group usually. Hey, I'm going to the CVS to get some condoms. Anybody need any? You know what? I'll get the variety pack. We can split. No, nobody does that.
What is it from the 40-year-old version? Do you guys have any Magnum condoms?
Yeah.
Shut up, Seth. You got a tiny penis. Is it true if you don't use it, you lose it?
That's right.
Is that a serious question? No. Yeah. So there you go. You get the Mizzou moms just out there, looking out for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell do you talk to your? Well, I don't know, man. But my parents definitely did because that was the rule. I couldn't watch American Pie until I had the talk because I wouldn't have gotten anything in that movie. Like I don't know what any of that stuff was at 12 or 11 years old, whatever it was. And yes, I'm sure there are a lot of other people out there. Listening to you guys with my 11-year-old son, me. Sometimes those guys are a little crazy, huh, son? Yeah, they're a lot like the Three Stooges.
Oh, the Three Stooges. My God. Your son knows about the Three Stooges. Good for him.
Probably saw the Jim Carrey version. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we never talked about it. We just said wear protection if you ever have the situation come up. And I remember back in the day, nowadays kids are blessed. You just go to Target, self-checkout, and you're gone.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
Back then I had to go to Quick Trip and Gatorade, roller, Trojans. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, I'm going to use the rollers to see. And they're like, please leave. It's like, all right. Some breaking news out of Jets camp. Breece Hall left practice day with the trainers after suffering an apparent injury to his midsection.
Midsection?
Maybe his mom. I'm just kidding. I would assume abdomen area.
Yeah,
for that.
like that's an odd term to use. Like he left with a knee injury. Usually that's always the midsection. So I will say this, just because I'm a doctor, right? Midsection doesn't. Thank God it's not a knee injury or an Achilles or something like that.
Yeah, that's
but the
positive.
midsection, maybe it's a hip injury. Is it a stomach ailment? Like
you also hope it's not like a collapsed lung.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what's your midsection considered? Is that like from your waist up? Like from your rib cage to your knees or something? Like, I don't know. That's an interesting terminology to use. What?
I just need him to be good.
Oh, I thought
he's on my dynasty team. I just need him to be good. Yeah.
I thought you saw something and you're like, oh, boy.
No,
Okay.
he went down going untouched after catching a pass. Untouched.
So
Don't
then
like
that midsection.
Then that's an oblique.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Could
in
be.
oblique in football, they're back. It's not like baseball where you don't see those people for years.
Big note, non-contact, scary. Midsection.
I got to
vague.
see the video, too. I would love to see the video of this thing.
I doubt we'll get it. Most camps aren't like ours.
Sam Block just tweets, Breece Hall is one of the most underrated running backs in the entire NFL. The Jets can't afford to have him out with an injury of any kind. Prayers to Breece, praying for the best. Jeez.
Ooh, boy.
So he went down untouched, and they're saying it's an injury to his midsection?
Yep. After
I'm
catching a pass.
I'm doing the say it out loud test.
That's right.
Because it doesn't sound right.
So after catching a pass, maybe he stretched out to catch a pass and overstretched something like that oblique. Maybe who
Or
knows?
maybe something internally happened. I don't know. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and try to figure it out because we don't play doctor on the radio. Dr. Chow will do that later on, I'm sure, and tell everybody what's wrong after he hasn't examined this guy. But now I'm nervous for Breece Hall, man, because the other day I said I think the Jets can be pretty good, and Max said sell me on the Jets. I go, I really like their offense. Well, if you don't have Breece Hall,
yeah.
See, this is why we can't make our predictions till after the preseason.
I will say Garrett Wilson looked good in their game. I did watch a little bit of that Jets game because
They both looked,
I wanted to see Kenyon Sadiq and all that sort of stuff. And Garrett Wilson looked like he's got like a different step maybe so far this year. Again, we always talk about the insiders. Just all you have to do is hit the little retweet button. Rich, I don't know how to say his last name. Did you say it already, Mac? Rich Cimini? Cimini.
Rich Cimini.
Cimini. Breece Hall goes down untouched while running after a catch. # Jets. Ian Rappaport quote tweet one to watch.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks.
Thanks, Ian.
Yeah. Here, the report on Pro Football Talk is Yeah, just Rich Cimini. He left practice on Monday morning after going down untouched after catching a pass.
Yep. That's all we got right now.
So that must have been like a, it's tough.
In Chiefs news, Mansour Delane. No
ready?
yellow jersey in pads.
All right, there you go.
A lot of people are saying it's a sports hernia or appendicitis.
How do we know?
They're just guessing like we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had appendicitis. That he wouldn't be at practice today.
That's fair.
His stomach would have already
Now,
started hurting.
I will say this: football players are a different breed than the three of us.
Nah, bro. Nah.
You don't think so?
No, it's the
Okay.
worst pain you will have.
Okay.
It's done.
Is
You're
it
done.
worse than
You're not
kidney
moving.
stones?
I haven't had those, but it's the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Okay.
Luckily, mine did not rupture like my brother's, but yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, Ash was in the hospital for like a week.
Oh.
Lost a lot of weight. Yeah. Bad news.
So good news from preseason. What did you think that was good news out of this, Mr. Fescoe?
I thought there was a lot of good news to take away from this preseason game. And obviously you have to take it with a grain of salt because it is the preseason. But I think the stuff we wanted to see, guys, for the most part, we saw in this game, right? We wanted to see a good running game. We saw a good running game. We want to see the line do good. Saw the line do good. Saw the rookies do good. Saw the defense make some plays. So I think there was a lot to take away from a good preseason performance. I thought Josh Simmons did kind of what we needed him to do. R. Mason Thomas, he may go down as the next legacy Chief with the way that he explodes off that line of scrimmage and gets to the quarterback. We haven't had a screecher on the outside since Frank Clark. Before him, it was obviously Hali and Justin Houston, and before him, Derek Thomas. But I mean, like, this is a guy up now that is in rare air when it comes to potentially being a stud defensive lineman. Cyrus Allen, I thought, was legit. We got some good plays out of Emmett Johnson. He broke 10 tackles in that game. Isaiah Pacheco didn't break 10 tackles all of last year, let alone in one game. And so I think there was some really good stuff. The stuff we wanted to see look good, I thought really looked good on Saturday. And again, it's against your 2s, your 3s, and stuff of that nature. But they still went out there and did stuff where you go, okay, they're moving in the right direction. I like what I'm seeing here with this team.
Yeah, I think what Max said earlier with Bossa, that he looked good. Getting his playing time. Alex Gold let us know Drew Tranquill still not practicing today at St. Joe as well. But again, Emmett Johnson, man, stole the show. And I thought that was great because I know that preseason you're not really putting anything to stone. But like that's something that when you see him play and get those opportunities, like it's going to be his life on the line. I thought that's how he ran the ball. And to see that promise, to see under center plays, to see Harrison Butker look just fine. That's one of those things where it's like, you know what? Honestly, might have been a question mark going into this season as he gets older. Does the leg still have the juice? We know kickers can kick till they're in their 40s at least. And to see him pipe that one from 59 was fine.
Yep.
Which wouldn't have had to, but that again goes back to the penalties that a lot of people are referencing because there was a 4th and 1 play, false start, move back 5 yards. Okay, well, if that does happen, I know penalties aren't great, but to have the other side of the conversation, you know that you got somebody back there's a security blanket that can pipe one through from 59 at least to this day.
Right, exactly. And I think that's important to get him back, obviously, because the last couple of years just haven't been great. For him, whether it's been injury or whatever it's been with him, it just hasn't been good over the last couple of years. So to see him produce is really good. I want to hear from people today up at training camp, though, was Eric Bieniemy in everybody's kitchen because the penalties, as we've talked about, a lot of the backups were converting or committing those penalties, but you still have to hold those guys accountable and send a message to the entire team that penalties are not going to be tolerated because that way too many penalties ate by that backup offense. So that's a one apiece plus.
I know it doesn't have anything to do with the Chiefs, but it does have something to do with how we started this segment, which is Breece Hall. Polymarket Football says Breece Hall left practice today with trainers Monday due to a groin injury.
Groin injury now.
So is that's midsection?
Yeah.
Yes, that's midsection.
So there you go. That's not fun.
No, that'll linger.
As I say, that's an aggravated.
That's one all year, man.
Yep.
Well, thank God we didn't sign him in the offseason. Am I right?
Yeah.
Damn, Breece Hall, man. Set up for a big year, too. But yeah, I thought that the first you'll be all right, Mac. I promise you'll be okay. Go get Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, have to do something, man.
You got 2 years for sure with Ken Walker.
Yep.
Third is an option, If Emmett Johnson gives you the belief,
that's good. That's
See,
good
this
for
is
Dynasty.
this is exactly what we were talking about earlier. You were talking about fantasy football in the break, and Dusty says to me, "God, I don't want to have to draft like Ladd McConkey and root for that guy." I go, exactly. I'm not interested in something like that. But this is where, like, for fantasy football, for me as a Chiefs fan who doesn't do fantasy, I'm like, it doesn't really affect me at all. But you guys are like, oh my God, the fantasy stuff, and I'm like, thank God it didn't impact the Chiefs.
yeah. So far, stay healthy, stay clean, get back to practice today. As again, Nick Bolton will join Cody and Gold live in St. Joe after practice today. Coming up on the other side, we'll get back into what was the preseason game notes. Plus, Chris Jones in that situation was absolutely hilarious here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Josh Simmons, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics want you to feel better, and they want you to get a second opinion as well. And that's what they offer at QC Kinetics, right? You have some joint injuries that are going on right now, and everybody's telling you, the only option is to have surgery. But remember, once a joint's replaced, there's no going back. So I want you to do your homework and consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Kansas City. They concentrate tiny healing in your body right into the spot that's actually causing the pain. The whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off on surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. And that's what makes sense to explore every option before you make a decision that could change your life. Don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation are totally free. So call them at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at the season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. For instance, maybe you've already got your idea set on the AFC West. Right now, the Chiefs are trading at 34%, meaning a $100 trade on Kalshi would net you a $281 return. You can do that and futures and so many other options over on Kalshi. That's because on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there is no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Trade the draft pick, the game, and more on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app today and use promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to get $10 when you trade 10. K-A-L-S-H-I, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regular.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium Frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Sometimes it feels like the news is full of things that have never happened before. And that is not exactly true. In fact, it may have happened this very week, hundreds or thousands of years ago. I'm Sally Helm, host of the podcast History This Week from the History Channel. Trade embargoes? Thomas Jefferson tried them. Rent too high? We've been arguing about that for a while. Each episode is proof. The past isn't that far away. Listen to History This Week, available now on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Telly Tire and Auto Center's biggest sale is back. The tires at cost sale. That's right. You pay what we pay on any in-stock tires from Telly's huge inventory. Our certified techs will even mount and balance them for only $30 per tire. All that plus a 30-day ride guarantee and lifetime tire protection. Gas and grocery prices may be going up, but there's never been a better time to buy tires. Reserve yours now at TELLEtire.com before our sale ends. Take care of your car. Take it to Telly. Additional charges apply for tire disposal and road hazard warranty.
Expect mostly sunny skies today with a high of 86.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
You know how this show ends every day. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Khalil Shakir, slot receiver for the Buffalo Bills. 19 dogs were scheduled to be euthanized. Then the Buffalo Bills wide receivers showed up and opened the van door. Saved all these dogs, got them homes. Showed up with no cameras, no PR, nothing. Just his mom and his two best friends. And got 19 dogs that were going to be put down to 19 different homes. That is life, my friends. I don't care what kind of dog you have. I will fall in love with it the minute that I see it. You can ask Mac. First time I ever went to Mac's house, I'm like, these are the dogs? He's like, yep, these are them. One shy at first, took 5 minutes, and then boom, we were best friends.
Yeah. Yep. Then just start jumping on you. Yep.
It's fine. Do whatever you want. Mansour Delane, no pads, as Mac had mentioned earlier. Full pads, no yellow non-contact jersey. And Ladarius Sneed, the complete opposite. No helmet, no pads, no nothing, as he is walking down the hill at St. Joe in a practice that I assume will be quite the intense one.
Also, Trey Smith still not practicing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can we start talking about that real quick?
Yes.
Can we talk about level of concern?
Yeah, it's getting up there. Yeah, the longer he's out, you know.
Because at first I don't think you were super concerned. No. But then it was like the hip, and we got Klingler on the show talking about it, and he's like, man, I don't know. Like, that kind of throws a little bit of a red flag. I don't like this. We talk about Breece Hall having the groin injury that can linger. This seems like one of those things that could possibly linger throughout the season.
Yeah, it's just like something you don't want to deal with at this point in time. Like, you pick up those injuries in training camp or spring training, and you're still talking about them at the end of the year, right? That kind of feels like this with Trey Smith.
I know that as of right now, going off of, a few practices up in St. Joe and a preseason game, that Khalil Benson might be okay to fill in that role. And then Jalen Moore obviously is going to be your right tackle. But I think we can all agree, like, the obvious in the room is like, well, you want Trey Smith out there.
Yeah, it was a week ago when I was told it would be 7 to 10 days until he would be back. So we're still in that window, right? A hip flexor type thing is kind of what they're talking about maybe. I don't know whatever the hip injury is called. But when it originally happened, I was told 7 to 10 days is probably where he would be. I think today marks like day 7 of that. So the early part of that 7 to 10 days. And so we do have to keep that in perspective. Like, we think he's been out for a while, but I mean, when you really look at it, it's only been a week, if that. And they did say 7 to 10 days is what I was told. So we're still in that window right now. And I guess if we're lingering in the next week, maybe then it becomes a bigger issue, or maybe even later in this week. Like, I wouldn't expect Trey Smith to play on Saturday, maybe, when they play the next preseason game.
I'd assume not.
And really, I mean, there's no reason to. You haven't been practicing for the last 2 weeks. But if he's not back at practice this time next week, then it's worthy of having that conversation. But I'm going to still stick with that 7 to 10 days. As long as we're still in that window, I'm not going to freak out. But if we get outside that 10, 11, 12-day window, we're talking 2 weeks now, yeah, then that's something I think that we need to kind of, have some conversations about and figure out, where they're going to go with that spot along the offensive line, because we're now inside a month, guys, till the games start. And so that's still a good thing. It's still a long way to go. But you don't want to be dealing with injuries and nursing back from injuries. You want to be getting ready for the start of the season.
Yeah, to take off the Chiefs' colored glasses, though, we talk about Breece Hall, groin injury,
Yeah.
lingering. This is a hip flexor for
Yep.
a guard. That's lingering. Even if it comes back and he's full strength, how long does that go till it's re-aggravated?
Yeah. I mean, look, guys, we're talking about the life cycle of the NFL right now. The average lifespan of a player in this league is 3.5 years. Anything you get outside of that, you're now playing with fire, so to speak, right? And these offensive linemen get banged up play after play after play. We've talked about it a lot. It is like a car crash every single play for these guys. There are no off plays where they're not involved in some sort of contact. It is a grueling job. And so when it's your guy, you feel like, man, I can't believe this guy's hurt. But then you look at Trey, he's been in the league how long now, right? 5-6 years that he's been around playing this game, maybe a little bit less, but he's already outside of that window of what the normal average lifespan is of an NFL player. And so, yeah, they've got to figure it out, and they've got to make sure that they have a backup ready to go with Trey Smith, because it could be a lingering injury all season long. So we'll just have to see where it is, but we're still in that 7 to 10 day window. And so once we get outside of that, then I'll be a little bit more panicked than I am at this point in time. But it's a good point by you. Yeah. Are we going to have this all year where it's going to be this lingering injury that never was able to get Trey Smith going where we wanted him to go?
Especially in a year where they're trying to revamp the offense
and run the ball. Yeah. Yep.
Or are we going to see a Wally Pipp situation with Khalil Benson?
Would love that.
Because what's Trey contract looking like right now?
You'd love Khalil Benson to beat out Trey Smith?
It's cheaper.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but the money's on the books now. I mean, we're not getting out of Trey Smith today and just getting rid of that money.
No,
yeah, he's got this year 24, next year 27, and then there's a potential out in 28.
Okay, so he's not going anywhere
this year, next year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got $50 million to Trey Smith. Yeah, I don't see that likely. From what I've seen from Khalil Benson at the guard position, I'm not loved. Obviously, I'm not the offensive lineman guru, but I think he's more of a tackle. That's what it looks like when I watch Khalil Benson.
He's big.
Yeah, he's big, and I just don't know. Trey Smith can get out to that second level. He's so athletic. I mean, again, like you were saying, Dusty, for the run game that we're trying to have this year, he's vital. Trey Smith is vital.
Mm-hmm. And I think maybe that's why you let him just kind of hang for a little bit longer, too. I mean, again, we're still a month away, less than a month away. And let me ask you guys this, though. Like, Trey Smith is one of those guys who I look at like, do you really need to be up here doing this and saying, Joe, no? Are you worried that he's not going to be ready for the season? No, that kind of stuff. So he's one of those guys that I would look at and I would say, I'm confident if he just has to get ready to play, that he's going to be able to play for the season. Let's take it a little bit slower. He's a veteran guy, too. And, veteran guys get treated a lot different, too, than the young guys because they know what's going on.
Somebody says, once you hurt your hip flexor, it always hurts. Opening your hips is painful.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to be a lot of work.
I mean, just think about when he's trying to pull and he's taking that first step and he's getting his leg out. I mean, that's right there. I mean, so you want to make sure that, like, his first instinct isn't, it's like his first instinct is good.
But maybe something that wasn't a cause of concern this weekend was, the camp darling so far this year has been Cyrus Allen. I would think that he did everything he should have done.
Hello, America.
You better believe it, Jerry. I said that he had to make one catch to kind of give the people that were outside of the camp darling circle, like, let's just see what he does in a game first. Like, you really think this guy can compete for the number 2 wide receiver position? I'm going to double down and say he could be up there for the wide receiver 1 position.
Absolutely, he can be.
And again, he makes that jumping catch. And Mac, you told me what this morning when he made that catch?
Hang on real quick. An update from Aaron Glenn. He's addressing the Breece Hall thing right now. He's going to go in for imaging now on his strained groin. So it is officially a strained groin. He's going to get tests. And so we probably won't see Breece the rest of preseason.
Yep, as you shouldn't.
Right.
No, we were talking about Cyrus Allen this morning, and I said, have you ever seen Xavier Worthy jump that high? Could Xavier Worthy make that catch? And your answer immediately was no.
No, I don't know if he does. And I don't know if I've ever seen Xavier Worthy jump like that. Now, again, it was a great catch and it was a little off target. But again, like, that's the thing about Cyrus Allen is that you would think that if he runs that route, so there's a lot of things here we can dive down and sound like a nerd. One, to know exactly where to be and when to turn around. I believe, because I've seen him, Patrick Mahomes, that ball is going to be right in your face mask right when you turn around. You wouldn't need to jump.
Right.
But that also gives Mahomes that belief that if I don't, I know that this guy might be able to log that in. Not only that, but he was everywhere he needed to be. There weren't any drops.
Yep.
There was a lot of field vision. and maybe there's some credit to go to Chad O'Shea into that as well. But the 5th round pick that might be the diamond in the rough for the Kansas City Chiefs in their draft this year, and Cyrus Allen, he did exactly what we talked about when it came to Friday's show. Like, what do we want to see in preseason? And I said, well, in preseason game 1, I was like, all it's going to take is Cyrus Allen to have that one catch. And I kid you not, I'm having dinner with my stepdad and my sister last night, and the first thing she says about Cyrus Allen, she goes, that catch was crazy. And I was like, there we go.
There it is, yeah.
Casual fan,
yeah.
Loves the Chiefs, loves the Royals, hometown, fan, like everything. But it was the first thing that came out of her mouth. And I'm like, if she's saying that, there's other people that are like, yeah, I listen to these shows, or, my friend listens to this show. They're talking about this Cyrus Allen guy, and everyone's on the, 96.5 The Fan, the morning show, saying, watch for number 13, watch for number 99. 13 did a great job of getting you to believe that maybe there's more than just what the words are out in St. Joe.
Well, he's been good since day one, and you want to see him in game action. And some of the stuff that he did in that game is stuff that you don't have to worry about. Is it going to translate whether or not they're playing number 1s or number 2s? Being able to leap like that's athleticism. Having the speed that he showed out there, I thought was really good as well. A couple of his plays, maybe one of his plays called back because of some holding penalties and some offensive, cluster that was going on out there for a little bit, but it doesn't take away from the athleticism that we've seen out of Cyrus Allen. And it's really fun to watch him because you heard the whispers start almost immediately about him, and you kind of, all right, let's see what this kid is all about. And then he has his first preseason game, and he lives up to all of it, right? He lived up to every expectation I think that people had for him out there, and hopefully he can become a guy that Patrick Mahomes immediately does have that rapport with, where he's ready to go to him and trusts him right away. And it sure seemed like, Nussmeier threw that pass? That's a trust throw to put it up that high in that spot for Cyrus Allen and know that he's going to come down with it. And so I really like what I've seen out of this kid. It's going to be fun to see a 5th round draft pick go out there and kind of take the league by storm. And people go, it's the next Puka Nacua. We'll hear that on opening day.
Oh, yeah. Next Nacua, next Diggs, right?
Right. Whoever a 5th round wide receiver is, that's who they will compare Cyrus Allen to. They will actually do a montage on it on Monday Night Football when the season starts. Cyrus Allen's a guy that came out of nowhere, Chris. Yeah. Look out, Jim. He was drafted, blah, blah, 5th round. Some other good 5th round draft picks. And then the 2 guys that we've just mentioned, they'll show highlights and they'll say, maybe Cyrus Allen is the next guy to be the next 5th round wide receiver. That's a guarantee on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I think this team destroys zone coverage.
I hope.
Yep, I think they're going to destroy zone coverage. We know what Rice does. Xavier Worthy is actually pretty solid at sitting in his zone, knowing to come back to the ball. He's actually been good at that. That's one of the few things that I would actually point to Xavier Worthy, his strengths. And then, as you mentioned, Cyrus Allen, same thing. I think this team will kill zone. Can they beat man coverage? That's always the question.
I think.
Does man coverage get beat if you have a running game, though?
Starts to get easier.
Yeah,
it
does.
Starts to get easier.
Exactly.
Yep, didn't have that.
Yep.
The text here is what had Mac talking earlier. It says from the 660, I believe this draft class will compete with how good the 22 draft class was.
Smash.
You there already?
I'm starting to get there. I got to wait a little while. But yeah, I mean, again, we haven't even talked about the number 6 overall pick. If he's good too, the guy they traded up for and didn't want anyone to know, hey, we're not going to bring him in person. We're going to Zoom. They obviously have a lot of stock in Mansour Lane. We haven't even seen him play. And we're talking about these other guys. I mean, shoot, neither of the first round pick. Peter Woods, 0 pressures,
right.
Didn't really make a lot of noise. But R. Mason Thomas,
yeah,
dude,
Mason Thomas could be the best player from this draft.
Yes, exactly right. Emmett Johnson, my gosh,
yeah. He could be the best player from this draft.
Garrett Nussmeier, 7th round pick. Yeah, no, it's awesome. No, yeah. I'm really, really, really high on this draft class right now.
Yeah, it's what I'm getting to is that
I know that I'm high.
These guys are great. I mean, this is a draft class where you're not looking and going, one guy pans out of this thing. You're looking at this entire draft class from the day it was picked to right now, 4 months later, right? And we're all going, damn. We're still as infatuated, I think, with this draft class as we were at that, the last of April, beginning of May, when this whole thing came together. And that's kind of cool to see now through all the OTAs, through day 15 of training camp, through the first preseason game. And everybody is still really damn high on this draft class right now. And that's a great thing. And to your point, we haven't even seen the first round draft picks play yet.
I haven't seen both of them. Yeah, I mean, Peter Woods did play. And I'm watching as we speak. NFL Draft Files posted every snap from Peter Woods. They kind of circle him, so I'm getting to watch every snap. And again, like I said earlier, it just feels like Chris Jones treatment. He's getting double teamed every time. A lot of these play action boots are to the opposite side of him. The runs to the opposite side. There are a couple plays where, I think Spags will be on him, as we've heard talk about pad level. His pad level's too high from my point of view. Obviously, Spags knows way more. I don't know anything, but I'm seeing this guy stand up maybe a little too much. But
and I think probably the ankle factors into that, too.
I would think so, too. Pushing off, trying to stay low, 100%.
I mean, being a 300-pound defensive tackle and having a bum ankle is a tough job.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that quite yet at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, but that does factor in, I think, to his performance probably
yes.
in that opener. I mean, he's out there playing with a busted wheel,
Yeah, you mentioned Mason Thomas and comparing him to Tamba, Frank Clark, those guys can get around the edge quickly. He may be even quicker because he's 25 pounds lighter.
That's a good point.
Those guys 275 pounds. Yeah, he's going to have some serious bend. I'm so pumped on him. Look, that's a guy I'm like, yes, sell. Or buy everything.
What's a bigger need, Cyrus Allen or R. Mason Thomas?
R. Mason Thomas is, for me, it's not even close. I mean, if this guy is good and getting to the quarterback, the whole dynamic of getting off the field on third down, it's changed. It's absolutely, you have just eliminated your weakest trait from a season ago if R. Mason Thomas is this guy's, because he even impacted that one that should have been a touchdown pass.
Oh, he's in his face.
He was in his face. Now, the defensive back did a nice job of breaking it up, but that quarterback threw the ball probably about a second sooner than he wanted to throw it because of R. Mason Thomas being there and being his face. Look, I think that's the guy that I'm going to circle right now as kind of the next legacy chief, right? We're exiting out of the Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce era, as we all came in to start this thing, and we need that next wave to start picking it up, to be the faces of this next group of guys, and I think it could be. I think R. Mason Thomas could be that guy on the defense that is currently Chris Jones. That guy that is the defensive leader, the defensive stalwart, and the guy that you're going to build your defense around for the next 10 years. Let's hope, if he has the career that Tamba had or Justin had, R. Mason Thomas is going to be a hero in this town. Because he'll be doing it on a team that's winning, too.
Wait, he's going to be a pass rusher and his last name's Thomas and he plays for the Chiefs?
Yeah, that's right.
Weird.
Yeah, right.
I know that I'm hard. Big time. Also, go back into Aaron Glenn talking about Breece Hall, says it doesn't seem serious.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's, positive, push and pee there, but, if it's Glenn saying that, then I don't know.
What would you say to your question that you asked, though, Dusty? That was a good one. I'm still thinking on that.
Cyrus Allen.
Yep, more of a need than R. Mason Thomas.
Because I trust the defensive line should still be able to do it. Now, again, I'm with Bob, and I'm with you, right? Like, I've been, champing at the bit for somebody to be something of someone of a threat that can just get to a quarterback on third down. Someone that, I think what Bob was trying to pretty much say is someone who could just pin their freaking ears back and go get the dude that has the ball in his hand,
we haven't
right?
had that in a while,
No. And the other flip side of it with Cyrus Allen is that I don't know if Mahomes has had a guy he can trust outside of Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill in the last 6 years of this team. And if Cyrus Allen is that guy, like what that does for this offense, and I can explain. Cyrus Allen, 5'11", 201 pounds, right? But what he's going to do is run those underneaths. And when I say one catch in, a vague way, that was an underneath catch. That was a soft zone coverage that he ran to a spot, knew where the spot was, turned around, and was ready for the action, did not drop it. Caught the ball, okay? Kudos of respect there for that. Not only that, we know what Xavier Worthy is going to be. I hate to be this guy and be negative. He's a deep threat. I don't think he's anything other than that. Due to the injuries that have piled up, he's a deep threat. Well, as I mentioned before, Cyrus Allen is going to run underneath. So now you can use Xavier Worthy 3 to 5 times a game as a dummy-o route. And if they buy it, then fine. You've taken somebody away from the middle of the field. You still have Rashee Rice, who's probably your number one read if you're Patrick Mahomes. And then you have Cyrus Allen 100% being a man coverage. So, by the way, if you want to think about how this offense could work, Xavier Worthy runs a deep route. If they don't respect it, then Mahomes fire that mother fricker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, right over the top and go.
Let it go. Have that back. Yeah. But if they take that away, then you have Rashee Rice. Let's say they bracket Rashee Rice. They put 2 on him. If Cyrus Allen can be trusted, he's going to open up that bracketed defense and make you have to say, do we double team Rice or do we go one-on-one, and do we have to, maybe let that deep route kind of not be as respected because we don't trust Mahomes still has it. Good for you. Good luck. And then, oh, by the way, The fourth guy that I haven't mentioned is the greatest tight end to ever play the game. Oh, my security blanket's the guy that I've had as a security blanket for my entire effing career. And Travis Kelce, what a perfect offense you could have if Cyrus Allen is that guy. That's why I lean towards 13 being a little bit more important right now than maybe R. Mason Thomas.
Yeah, and the reason I take R. Mason Thomas is because we got nobody like him.
True.
There are other wide receivers. We do have Ken Walker. We could figure it out. But this defense last year, I'm still having PTSD from watching our defensive line and then seeing the other defensive lines in the NFL. It stunk last year. Back to the Cowboy game, back to the Bronco game, back to watching that Houston defensive line do their thing. And my whole thing this offseason was I got to have somebody that's on the defensive line that can get to the quarterback. Mahomes and Andy, they'll figure it out a way. Then they got Kenneth Walker, and you're like, okay, you feel pretty decent about the offense. I need somebody that can get to the quarterback, and they got that guy, man. I'm excited about this R. Mason Thomas.
And, Mac, you're a big route runner guy.
You know me.
It looks like Cyrus Allen has got that more advanced than maybe somebody who would be a rookie in the NFL. Like it just looks clean, like he's done this before. Obviously, played football his whole life, but it looks like he had done that before. And again, I know this is against number twos, like McDuffie wasn't out there and Jalen Watson wasn't out there, and all those guys normally will play for the secondary, but like that's not what I'm worried about right now. I'm worried about, can this guy go out there and run a crisp, nice, clean route and be dependable to catch the ball? Mm-hmm. And for me, I saw that right out of the chute.
100%. The release is great at this line of scrimmage. I mean, yeah, like what you're saying, the consistency we haven't had in the route runner. Hey, I know that 10-yard out is going to come out from 10 yards. I know he's going to come out flat from the route from the break. Mm. Things like that we see for Cyrus Allen immediately, whereas, again, he's the same age as Xavier Worthy. Maybe we see Xavier Worthy start to get some of that. I will say, I completely agree with the way you see the offense working. Deep threat, you got those other guys kind of working the middle, and then Travis Kelce's there as a security blanket. I will say, we have not seen Xavier Worthy be the deep threat yet. We have not seen it work. The flashes that we have seen from Xavier are similar to things that we've seen from Cyrus Allen, not the jumping, but sitting in his zone, coming back to the ball. I'll always remember that Houston game from, I believe it was last year. Maybe it wasn't last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago now. Maybe it was his rookie season where he had like 8 or 9 catches, and they were all for 8 to 15 yards, kind of coming back to the ball, being able to run hook routes, dig routes, things like that. So I think there's a chance. I think it's smaller than with Cyrus Allen already, which tells you something. But I think there is a chance Xavier Worthy becomes a well-rounded player for this team as well.
Well, and also, too, I think we've already started to see the Chad O'Shea impact on this team from 100%. A wide receiver standpoint, right? You saw stuff that was competent in your wide receivers. And I hate to be this guy, I really do, but it's for effect more than anything. Do we know if Cyrus Allen can make these plays if Chad O'Shea isn't here as the wide receiver coach? If they have, Connor Embry still out here coaching a 22, 23-year-old rookie? Or is he this good this soon because they made the right decision and hired Chad O'Shea? And that's where I'm going to go with that, because that was the biggest change that they made from an offensive standpoint, is that they got a coach to coach the wide receivers that's actually coached the wide receivers in the NFL. And so I think we're seeing these guys starting to play good, and I think a lot of the credit has to be given to Chad O'Shea and what he's been able to accomplish in a short period of time, because we're already seeing growth from these guys.
We'll get back to the other side of this whole show with the brioches of the weekend here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Alohi Gilman, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, I love my friends over at Hy-Vee, and today I just saw you got a great opportunity over at Hy-Vee, because if you spend $40 today, you're going to get 20 cents off your gas, and that is great. 20 cents off per gallon of gas is a great way to get things done when it comes to my friends over at Hy-Vee. And as you know, here we are. It's the middle of football season. We're rocking and rolling. I say the middle of preseason, and we're rocking and rolling, and it's time for you to get to Hy-Vee, because they have everything you need for your Chiefs watch parties this year. Whether it's the season opener, whether it's the game this coming weekend, whether you're at home or at the game, everything you need for game day is available in one easy stop at Hy-Vee. From ribs and wings and party trays, dips, and those amazing Chiefs-themed cookies and cakes. Plus, they have a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits as well. And all the Chiefs gear you need in every size and style can be found at Hy-Vee. So let Hy-Vee do all of your game day shopping. Just place your order online and schedule your pickup or delivery. It's a game changer. So elevate your home gate only at Hy-Vee.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes you can cash in this football season out in Las Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all with zero rake. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with a $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Running a business shouldn't feel like a juggling act. One app for accounting, another for inventory, one more for sales, and somehow they never work together. Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated platform with all the business applications you need. CRM, inventory, accounting, marketing, and more. All working together seamlessly. Stop juggling software and get back to growing your business. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hey, it's Brew. Between my radio show, filming content, editing videos, and trying to stay connected with family, reliable Wi-Fi isn't really optional anymore. I just need it to work. That's why I like that with Xfinity, you get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years, guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, Xfinity makes getting connected simple with same-day Wi-Fi so you can get online in minutes. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples. That was easy. Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Brioche of the weekend.
Big brioche guy.
Love that. Yeah, good take.
Sonny makes a really good point. From 816, if Cyrus Allen is who we think he is, and I hope the Chiefs don't sniff a Tyreek Hill reunion.
That's a great point. No, it's a great point. Well done. Yeah, that's true. There's no need, based on what I saw in the preseason game, to even consider Tyreek Hill anymore. Like, what are we doing here?
And maybe my lack of, reporting here. I did forget about Tyquan Thornton, who is still on this roster, who can be the deep threat.
Yes.
So
definitely trust there.
I don't think it's your lack of reporting. I think it's just your lack of he's a forgettable guy.
Yes. Because I know that he and Mahomes had that connection.
Yeah.
At least.
Oh, yeah.
And he was, no pun intended, he was trustworthy. With that deep route from Patrick Mahomes last year, as we saw a couple of times. And then once Rashee Rice came back, it was like, what happened to Tyquan Thornton?
Harold Kuntz is reporting today that Delane and Gelati are out with the ones to start the team period.
Love to see it.
That's good.
And then Matt Derrick, Jalen Moore at right guard, and Khalil Benson at right tackle.
So there you go. Now they're flip-flopping those two guys to see, what's going on. Again, with the hip, strain or whatever they're saying with Trey, 7 to 10 days. We're just at day 7. So, hopefully it's a muscle thing and it's something that's, not that big a deal. And it's not, the last thing you want is all of a sudden you see a degenerative hip or something like that, right? That's that'll be terrible. That's career ending, with something like that. So you hope it's nothing serious like that. But again, they don't appear to think it's something serious at this point in time. And so we'll continue to see how that progresses moving forward.
So Gelati over R. Mason Thomas, though?
It doesn't matter, man. It just doesn't right now. They're just working guys in.
All right.
Damn. I just got hit in the fields. Polymarket Football just did the end scene of Remember the Titans when Gary passes away, and they're all singing the hey, 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 goodbye, and then Hayden Panettiere's in
Oh,
there.
no, jeez.
For those of you that missed the news, Hayden Panettiere passed away at 36. Sad day.
It's very sad.
She was the little girl. Remember the Titans also was in the show Nashville. But yeah, that is, I'm getting choked up. Let's get to the brioche of the weekend.
We came in with it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't always do that.
I will say brioche of the weekend for me, which is presented by the Sheet Metal Workers, local number 2. The last couple of weeks, I've felt very loved from people that have given me the celebration tour of my birthday month, it would seem. Normally not that guy, but, family and not issues, but scheduling conflicts. So got to go have dinner with my family this weekend, my stepdad, my sister. Of course, we had burgers with brioche buns, as they're all lovers of this show. That was fun. Had the cake and everything. Saturday night, had the boys over for poker. It was good to get all my friends back together. As we're getting older, we're starting to realize we don't see each other as much. Multiple of my friends have children, if not more than one. They have 2 to 3 kids. So it was good to see them, friends, family. Sometimes you just got to turn the phone off, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the simple things in life. So brioche of the weekend for your boy. Was everybody involved with that, from family to friends to just everything in general. It was great. This whole month has been fun. It's been very nice to feel appreciated, turning 39, one more year until I'm 40.
There you go. Yeah.
JT sent me a text last week, goes, hey, man. He goes, enjoy the last year of your 20s. I said, JT, I'm 39. He goes, oh, shoot. I didn't know you were that old. Well, I was like, thanks, JT. Give me a pair of sex shoes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So,
man, my brioche of the weekend goes to the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame. They had their induction yesterday, and it was awesome to see.
Dayton, baby.
Dayton and like 85 others, man. It was cool to see how many great Kansans there are out there that have had such an impact on sports in this area. Ray Bouchard, of course, from the KU volleyball team, started basically that program, got a volleyball arena built at the University of Kansas when, that stuff wasn't going on. Matt Beasler, of course, got in, and we know his career and how great he's been, on the pitch, both for the United States and for Kansas City as well. Terry English, a coach, basketball coach at Bishop Miege. His career record was like 928 and 132. I mean, like insane career record, for him and so many other people. Derek Jensen went in, a football player. John Boyd Martin, one of the greatest sports artists of all time from the state of Kansas, went in. Of course, Dayton went in, and so many other great people went in. Earl Watson, Larry Wilcox, the coach at
Watson, yes!
Yes, Earl Watson was great. And then Larry Wilcox goes in, the coach at up at Benedictine. His career record is like 382 and 126 too. It's like these guys that done this stuff is so unbelievable. And then they also put in Cassie Waite Valentine. She was a volleyball player at the University of Kansas. So many great people went in to the Kansas Hall of Fame. The one name that I haven't mentioned yet was Cliff Illig, and he went into the Kansas Hall of Fame. And it was great to catch up with Cliff a little bit yesterday. And I think I'm right on saying this. He is the second most important sports figure in Kansas City sports history next to Lamar Hunt. And after hearing the whole process of Lamar asking them to buy the team and why, and setting them up to build the stadium, and then Cliff talking about the World Cup and growing Kansas City, and it's always been what's best for Kansas City in Cliff Illig's eyes. I am going to put him up there as the second most important sports figure in Kansas City history, behind Lamar Hunt, and yes, ahead of Ewing Kauffman, because Cliff Illig is doing things not just for sports in Kansas City, but he's doing things for Kansas City, and that to me is so special. So hat off to Cliff Illig, who went in yesterday. It was great to see him, and Zach Roberson, a wrestler from Blue Valley Northwest, never lost a high school match, 159-0 or something like that in high school.
Went to Iowa State?
Yep. And then and Tracy Rietzke was a coach as well, was inducted into the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame. So great Kansans getting inducted yesterday. It was really fun. Jeff Bolig, Richard Konzum, shout out to you guys for doing such an unbelievable job of rebirthing this Kansas Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's cool.
It was
for those
great.
people to get recognized and stuff like that. I
and
love
to
that.
see all their families there. That was a big theme. Every single one of them was asked at the end. And I want to shout out my friend Nate Bucati. He did a great job emceeing yesterday too. And these guys all talked about their families and how important they are. And we all know we're nowhere in life without a great supporting cast behind us.
100%. I mean, you always talk about your family group text, the things that matter, the ones that matter, right?
The only ones that matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to John Mulaney last night at Starlight. It was awesome. Mike Birbiglia
funny?
opened up. Very funny.
Who opened?
Very funny. Mike Birbiglia, who's one of my favorite comedians. I think his special's still on Netflix, and he's a big story comedian. He's just got an hour-long special on Netflix talking about basically like him meeting his wife and everything. He's great. I love his timing. John Mulaney's obviously hilarious now. Coming up on 6 years sober for him, so that's always great. Yeah, obviously mentioned that, made fun of himself, very self-deprecating.
You have to be.
Yeah, you've got to be, especially when you've had the history in the past maybe that he's gone through. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was good to get some laughs. Went with some friends, went with the wife. It was great.
Good. Yeah, comedians are fun, man.
Yeah, need to laugh.
And the best thing about comedians is that they're an hour.
Yeah, we know. Yep, in and out, right?
Yeah, my wife took the girls to.
Did they take the cell phones?
Nope,
Okay,
not Starlight.
They did not. Okay, my wife took the girls to. Who did they see last night? Was it Ariana?
Megan Maroney.
Megan, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Megan Maroney last night. So they went to that. I don't know when they got home. I think around 11 or something.
I was
last night.
snoring 3 hours before that, Daddy.
Long out before that happened.
You weren't watching Seattle and Houston on NBC.
Never heard of him.
I had it on for like 5 minutes. I don't.
Do you see all those coaches that might be getting fired in baseball?
Oh yeah,
Arizona.
yeah.
Don Mattingly has to win it all just to maybe keep it.
Well,
maybe keep
I don't
his
think he
job.
really wants that job.
So Cora's getting that job.
Yeah, Cora's already took that job apparently.
Seattle's going to fire their coach.
Houston may get rid of everybody too. I mean, like there's going to be a lot of guys that lose jobs and a lot of turnover in Major League Baseball. But look, if you don't meet expectations, what do you expect? It's professional sports, and so that's what happens throughout all of this. But can I be honest? I don't really care for the NBC Sunday night broadcast on baseball. Have you guys watched it enough to even have a tape?
Every Sunday.
What do you think?
I don't mind it. I like that it's on.
Right, that it's on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not like dissecting what they're saying, but like I enjoy that we have Sunday night baseball.
Yeah, I just
because all the big shows are done, right? The big powerhouse is getting ready to start in 4 weeks. Because the NFL, like House of Dragons is done, all these other shows. Survivor starts on September 22nd. I can't wait for that. Survivor used to be on Thursday, moved to Wednesday. We know why. Right?
Yeah.
Last time on Survivor. All right, never mind.
Yeah,
I
we didn't
forgot.
survive. The NFL kicked our ass, so now we're on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we're gonna move.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, why would you put anything on Thursday night if you're? I mean, Thursday night back in my day it was must see TV, and now it is must see TV. It just happens to be the NFL.
Doesn't matter if it's Arizona versus the Saints. Everyone's watching.
Everyone's watching.
Because
Yeah, I think Traders is staying on Thursdays. Their new season's coming out in September.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know why you're staying on Thursdays, but okay, I'll record it.
especially knowing that you can record and they still are like, no.
Or just watch it streaming the next day and all.
Yeah, watch it on Peacock or something.
Yeah.
No doubt. That does wrap up a Monday edition. Don't forget Cody and Alex live in St. Joe.